Greetings, beautiful nerds. Welcome to our eighth session of our new miniseries, Our Flag Means Doom. I don't know why I keep saying that. I mean, it is in the script, but it's like our new miniseries. We're not new. This is we're right here. This is 8th episode. So, coolio. Yes, of course, exploring the homebrew world of Odromia. Ooh, how do I want to put this? This is going to be an interesting episode.
He's switching it up. I'm scared.
I'll just put it that way. This is going to be an interesting episode. But who better to introduce themselves than our wonderful cast, starting with Captain Blanche.
What is up, everybody? I am Farm Grown Nerd, or you can just call me Kelsey. I'm playing Captain Blanche Foret, our miniature albino white bunny Jack Sparrow.
Emma.
Hello, darlings. I'm not sure a crew would be complete without Pandora, Necromancer Extraordinaire. Hi, guys. I'm Emma. I'm pumped to be here, and I'm also terrified that our party is split.
Brash.
I'm Andy, guys. I'm coming back playing Brash Briggs, Loxodon Bard, King of Your Heart. That was stupid. I'm sorry. But, I don't want to take any more time. I need to get into this.
He's the king of my heart.
I'm the king of cringe.
Seth.
Hey everybody, I'm Seth. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at threads at Noctopus and Noct.topus. And I am playing Hatch, the blood hunter dragonborn. And I don't know what everyone's going off about. I think we're going to be fine. I've had a whole bottle of whiskey. And, you know, I'm 2 days away from retirement. Macbeth.
You did the thing.
What could go wrong?
You did the thing. You're not supposed
You're a dick. You're a dick. You're a dick.
Get out your
Every single
rabbit
theater
foots and
person's
four-leaf
watching
clovers.
this. Every single theater person watching this episode is going to be like, and I'm going to shut this off.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. We can just end it now.
Yeah. Yep, they dead. I don't even need to know if there's a session 9 or 10.
Nope.
Oh,
Hey,
man,
this is
they
the
all
end.
ended episode.
8's the finale.
They done
Okay.
fucked up.
Alrighty. And of course, as always, I am your friendly, maybe not tonight, neighborhood dungeon master, Andy, aka Mr.DanDyDM, and I can be found on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and on all the other socials. If you happen to come across this episode and you enjoy it, please go back to episode 1 to find out how these characters got to where they are and what mistakes they must have made to have them conclude in such a way. Also, if you are interested, please go ahead and catch up on some of the other shows that I also DM for, which are Shadows of Ashkelon and Survivors of Ashkelon, both of which take place within this shared universe of Odromia. We do, of course, appreciate all of you who have liked and subscribed thus far, and now that we've got our introductions out of the way, let us dive into our 8th session of Our Flag Means Doom. Brash.
Not me.
We find you standing outside Dozer's room. At this point, you have looked into the room and you have seen this very tall, very beautiful elf-like woman, but there's something about their features that make them seem sort of otherworldly. And you see this woman. They are wearing this very odd-looking armor as it appears to, in the change of light, as they step out of the sort of the darkness of the room and stepping towards the doorway, it seems to morph and change slightly, going from a brilliant gold, autumn leafy color to that of almost ice looking. And then again, morphing into almost a verdant green that seems to be incredibly lush, all very much leaf-like. And then transitioning into this golden summery color. Dozer has spoken to them just now, saying, "Draquelle, are you ready?" She responds with, "Yes, Dozer. Yes, I'm ready to be free of this place and this city. I feel like something has changed. Something is coming." "Is this something that I need to be aware of, or is this..." And he looks at you, Blanche, and Brash, and just sort of like, at this point you realize that he has on his back this massive glaive that he sort of just instinctively has raised his hand to. And you see sort of in a flicker of something pass across Draquelle's face. No, it's not them. It's not them, but it is... I think we need to be leaving this place right away. You, And she looks at the two of you. The two of you weren't followed, were you?
I was meaning to get to that.
Speak.
I don't know if he saw us, but there is someone we do not want to run into in a fairly close proximity to here, so we need to get moseying as quickly as possible. So go ahead and get your stuff. We'll finish packing up our room just down here, and we'll meet you downstairs.
Very well. I believe we have everything. Yes.
I'll watch the top of the stairs.
How long is it going to take you all to pack up?
About as long as it takes for me to figure out how to carry a giant chest. Unless you're willing to help with that.
I was about to offer, actually. What does the chest contain?
That,
Not your concern.
yeah, that's not your concern.
Don't forget my costumes.
Dozer, in this moment, the very brilliant blue eye, which has flickered at you throughout this conversation at times, briefly changes to a slightly yellowish tint and then fades back to blue. Very well. I will help you.
Much obliged.
Are there any others of you, or is it just these two?
We have
We'll
a
meet
ship
up
full
with
of
them.
food.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just the two of you who will be escorting us to the docks, then?
That's
You'd like to
correct.
draw more attention?
That is a good point. No. The less attention, the better. At this point, she gathers some things that she has on the couch that she was sitting on. Dozer, she approaches Dozer and says, "Dozer, I know that we don't usually see eye to eye. I hope that everything that has occurred between Jael and myself has served to help you think better thoughts of me." "You're right. I don't trust you." "Be that as it may, there are some belongings here that I think would be best if it was stored with you." "Very well." And you see Dozer open up a part of his chest. It's like a piece of armor just on a latch that opens up, sort of like a safe almost. And you see her put these items very quickly. There looks to be some scrolls, perhaps a journal, and one or two. They look to be these tiny rings, about Yeah, about that big. And they seem to they're passing into the cavity. You see them sort of just very faintly flicker, and then she closes the latch of his chest. Well, that's all there is for me. I'm ready to depart. Shall we assist these fellows with their chest? Yes, very well. And where is Felix? Don't worry about him. He's fine. And he pats his the messenger bag with the glowing blue rune on it. And you see Felix's head, just this pure white furred otter, suddenly pop up and go. And just sort of snuggle back down. You guys go to your room. There is. Oh, go ahead, Blanche.
But just before we do, as we're turning to walk, Blanche is going to look back at Draquelle and go, I'm not entirely sure what you've got available to you, but if you have any way to conceal the way your face looks, I would if I were you. If we're wanting to not draw attention, and you in particular are worried about any specific attention, then it's best to not look the way they expect you to look, in my experience.
Very well. No, that you make a very good point. Someone so small, such wisdom.
Oh, I gotta tell my mama that one. She'll love that.
Is Blanche laughing outwardly at that?
A little bit, yeah.
Draquelle, it kind of takes Draquelle like off her guard for a second, because it is so sudden and sort of like uproarious and it's coming out of such a tiny being that it sort of takes her by surprise, and she starts to chuckle herself. She's just like, yes. So your mother sounds like a woman of good humor.
Depends who you ask.
Yes, I am familiar with parental figures who might be a little bit overbearing.
Oh, well, you can't hardly blame her. She's a cabbage farmer. She's wanted something quiet for me, and obviously I'm just not suited to that.
Oh, so you like to buck tradition, same as I, then?
Same as you. Pray tell.
Oh.
As they're having this conversation, can me and Dozer get into the room and just grab the chest?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And start moving?
You guys
Okay.
make your way into the room. It is exactly how you left it. There is the armoire containing all of the immense amount of clothing that was purloined from Urixaka's. And of course, there is the chest that is full of platinum.
I will see the armoire, and I will go, I shouldn't do this because she fucking stole this. And then I will take one piece of jewelry just at random, because that's all I feel like I have time to take.
Okay.
And I will grab one end of the chest. I'll just kind of shove the jewelry in one of my vest pockets.
As Blanche, as you have made this suggestion to Draquelle, she's talking to you, and while she does, you see her just sort of wave her hand over her face, and suddenly her visage completely changes, and standing before you is another beautiful elven woman with brown skin, brown hair, pointed elven ears, electric purple eyes. The right part of her head is completely buzzed, with hair cascading down the left-hand side to her shoulders. A geometric pattern of a lightning strike is shaved into the buzzed part of her hair. the thing that also changes is the leafy textured armor is gone. It is leather now, but well kept. Looks like it, was oiled every night. Underneath it looks to be a simple woolen long sleeve dark blue shirt, dark blue travel pants, held up by a braided black leather belt. Dozer and Brash, you are bringing the chest out of your room, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. The moment that Dozer sees this newly changed, made over Draquelle, Dozer looks at Draquelle and says, I think she would not really appreciate you taking her form like this. Well, she's not here, so I don't see any other way around it. I have a face that people want, and she doesn't. So I'm going to take her face. That is logical. Very well. Master Briggs, we should depart.
Whatever. All right. Yeah, let's just go. Blanche, and I'll kind of call over my shoulder.
Alley-up.
And I'll kind of like, you're on my shoulder now, I'm assuming?
Yep.
All right. I will just kind of like whisper, kind of like this is a load of barnacles guy. But I'll be like, keep an eye out for Baghead.
I was planning on doing the same as we had getting here. I'll keep a few paces behind y'all and stay down low.
Sounds like a plan. You be careful. You hear me?
Always. Oh, please. When does anybody ever catch the white rabbit? And she hops down.
Meanwhile, as you are departing the Silk Sensations, leaving behind a place that for a time seemed very much like a home. You begin to make your way northwest towards the docks. Again, going a slightly different route than how you got here, because you were just trying to get to the Silk Sensations before, and now you're just trying to get to the docks. So you're going the other way around the Midnight Citadel. So you're seeing it from a different vantage point. Meanwhile, Pandora and Hatch, you are just milling about. The crew has started to collect themselves around you. Some of them have gotten the longboat fully ready to push off should, a hasty exit be needed. Meanwhile, Friedrich has sort of moseyed up to you, Pandora, and
so, Mistress Pandora, do you have any fun stories while you were in the did you have a good time?
He says, just completely losing the thread.
Darling, and she, she like kneels down, hands demurely on her lap. I got the most fabulous ensembles from this cute little boutique, and I simply cannot wait to show you all of my outfits. I'm sure there'll be a few you like.
Is this the same place that you got me this nifty hat?
It absolutely is. The craftsmanship is spectacular, and really, the fashion of the region is quite well suited for warmer climates and being aboard a ship.
Oh well, this place sounds really terrific. I can't wait to see like everything that you guys have.
I'll give you a little fashion show.
Woe unto those who get in between Pandora and her fit.
He's so fucked.
No.
He's so fucked.
Friedrich is full on, almost crimson blushing right now.
He's like, oh shucks.
And he sort of just tries to like sidestep away.
She'll smile and stand up, and as she stands up, does the Megara hair toss, and she'll go, has anyone heard back from our captain, perchance?
Which one sent them the message? That was
Lamagli, I think.
It was either Lamagli or it was. Hold on. Do we remember? Was it the elf, or was it the Harengon?
Oh, it was the Harengon.
Okay.
So that is not Lamagli. Where's my notes? My book. Mal Burke.
Yanlin, I think.
Yanlin,
yeah, you're right. Yanlin was the one that sent it. But both of them have sending.
Hatch, I need you to give me a perception check.
perception. Does this perception have anything to do with schmelling?
No.
It doesn't. It never does.
Schmelling?
For schmelling?
Over sniffing?
Schmelling over sniffing. Perception. I got a -2. That
Don't
is.
ask
That
me.
is a 2.
Hey! Win is a win.
Okay. It appears to be a very nice sunny day.
Oh, fuck.
Good night for sailing. Wait, isn't it in the middle of the night right now?
Well, it's towards the it's about almost 7 o'clock at night now.
Oh,
at
okay,
this
7.
point.
Good.
Yeah, so the sun.
Good night
the sun
for
is,
sailing.
the sun is beginning to set at this point. It is slowly making its way across the horizon, and it's beginning. It's like the bottom of the sun is slowly dipping into the watery waves.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I think at the moment Hatch is just kind of pretending to help. He's like putting his hands on stuff and then walking away from that and putting his hands on other things. And then eventually just kind of meandering away from the most of the work.
You all, or you, the two of you, Pandora and Hatch. At this point, the crew is fully assembled. Grack has been able to like corral everybody around, and like some of them were like down the street a ways at another pub, but he was able to like grab them. Everyone seems to be in very good spirits, just waiting for news from the captain and from First Mate Brash, as they are going to bring something, potentially a job. Maybe there's a lot of rumors right now, just sort of floating around, whispers of what the captain could have for us. Whether it is gold or, because Friedrich gave us that bag, split us up, that bag of 50 gold. And so that we were able to have a good time here. But hey, a job would be better. A job would be something to, a good caper would be awesome. Pandora, I need you to give me an Arcana check.
I was gonna say, is it my boyfriend again? But it's not. All right, with plus 10, that's dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, I got plus 10 to Arcana, baby.
As you are sort of mingling with the crew, you do feel just a pressure building up.
If with a dirty 20, am I allowed to let in my brain, right?
Yes.
Can I step away and see what would happen if I just allow?
You choose to fail?
Well, this is the second.
This was to see if you would recognize it before it happens.
Right. So she knows that's Lucas, right?
To her knowledge, this is the only person who's ever tried to reach her this way.
Right. I think on the second time she's like, and she knows that the captain and Brash went to go talk to him. I wonder, where's Hatch right now?
I'm kind of milling about, pretending to help.
Okay, she sees him pretending to help and go, darling, can you actually help me for a moment?
I kind of like, my back, yeah.
All right, okay.
What you need?
Okay,
Everybody else, you keep going. Good work. I'll be
really
back with you in just a second. Yeah,
We're going to work with that. We're gonna work on this. All right, come with me for a moment. And she'll just take him away so that they're away from the main group. And she goes, "Can you just watch me for a moment and make sure I don't do anything wild?"
Okay. I take a step back. Wild how?
Lucas is knocking. She taps her head.
Oh, gotcha. You need me to grand sacrifice for you.
What the fuck? No!
In case you lose yourself,
No!
you
Put that away! Hatch!
Put you out of your misery.
No!
In case he tries to take over your mind.
What the fuck, Hatch? No!
Ready.
You
Very
bloody
brave of
fool!
you.
Just for clarification, Hatch is still blitzed out of his mind right now, right?
I do have a handle of whiskey and a two-handed greatsword in my.
Which is also the other reason he's not helping. Hands are full. I can't.
These ropes
can't
are so hard to grab.
I may or may not have partaken in one or two libations.
All right.
Do you really think I'd be that selfless? No! Of course not!
That's true. I'm drunk, and even I think that's a weird thing for you to do.
Absolutely! Just wanted you to watch me, make sure I don't scuff up my shoes and heels. Fuck's
Right.
sake. Thank you. Ugh. Amateurs.
I wink. Gotcha.
What was that
Or
you just
I
did with
try
your
to-
face? What's wrong
don't
with
know
your
how-
face?
I don't know how you creatures with forward-facing eyes do it.
It looked like an allergic reaction.
Just do your thing. I'm the one with the sword.
Yes, that will work well against my mind. And with that, she'll allow
works
her.
good.
She's just, now that she at least knows Hatch knows, right? She's gonna see what happens.
Okay. You can choose to fail this, or you can roll it. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, so if I save, can I still accept it, but under her terms? Accept what's gonna happen?
Yes. No, that's the whole point.
Yes,
is,
yes.
Like, because the
yes.
last time that this happened, you succeeded on your wisdom save, and you had full control over it.
Right. Yeah. Now would be a great time for Bardic Inspiration if anyone has it, because we've got -1, baby!
Nobody has it. I can safely say.
Across town.
I'm across town. We're fucked! 11.
The barrier crumples, but the initial force behind it is gentle.
Oh,
Pandora,
Lucas, darling, you really can't stay away.
I only have a moment to talk. I have severely fucked things up, quite badly, and I was perhaps a little too ambitious. Was trying to show my mettle, but it seems that that was not looked on kindly, and I am no doubt going to be punished. But I don't think that it would be right for you to suffer that. There is something coming. One of my father's retainers, someone who he has personal hire. Why am I beating around the bush, talking in riddles? They're an assassin, and they are coming for you lot, all of you. I only have a few more minutes, or a few more seconds, sorry. I'm sorry, I'm a bit frazzled right now.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm having a moment of clarity. I don't often have this. Usually, my mind is my own. I'm not able to make my own decisions and choices, and I don't really know if I'm going to be able to continue to do this for much longer. So, I just want to make sure that whatever is about to happen next, that you are aware, and you and your crew are the last people that I remember actually having contact with when I was myself. And so I need to make sure that everyone is okay, and don't ever see me again. It is probably because I am dead.
Lucas, darling, if you want me to rescue you, just say the word.
Oh, I would love that.
Well, I
that
can't
would
say
only...
no.
No, Pandora, just listen. Just listen. I don't know how much longer I have, and all I wanted to do was make sure that you got out. There is a pause. All you hear is like a breathing, just steady breathing, and then suddenly it fades, and then there's this sharp intake of breath that you hear. Oh, this one's been playing about. There is a distinct difference in change in personality that you detect the moment that this shift in breathing happens. And it suddenly is very reminiscent of a Lucas Nightmare that you have encountered, but you've also talked to a different Lucas Nightmare like a second ago. And this voice sounds different slightly. Like there's almost a power behind it.
Do I know it's the dad, or is it just a different version of Lucas?
It sounds like a different version of
Different
Lucas.
version, okay. Like the one that she's used to hearing. She goes, well, listen, as much as I love a bad boy, there's something about a sweet little thing pleading for my help. I want that one, and I get what I want. So I don't know what spell this is, and I don't know what the fuck you are, but I'm going to make sure you're gone. Toodles, kisses.
Are you severing the connection?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The connection severed. You immediately sort of pop back out, and Hatch. From your perspective, it's kind of odd what you've just watched, Pandora, as there have been moments of like wincing, and it's almost like appearance of pain, but then also just like a weird sort of ecstasy sort of come over them.
Everything go all right?
Hatch, darling.
I'm like 5 feet further back.
10 feet? Got it. Noted.
Yeah, like 10 feet. Like, you looked like you were in pain at first, and then started, like, rubbing yourself.
Yes.
And,
You
like,
see, there's nothing I love more than a damsel in distress.
what in the hells are you talking about?
The poor thing. You should have listened to him. Oh,
I don't
so
want to.
cute. I'm
Who?
going to save him.
Who is needing of saving?
My boyfriend.
That doesn't narrow anything down. And it raises more questions, Pandora.
Well, we're expecting... we have an assassin after us, so we should probably leave quickly.
Oh my god, okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Know who told
Sam.
Hatch? Hatch, know who told me?
No, who?
My boyfriend.
Again, that doesn't... Why is your boyfriend sending assassins after us?
He can't help it. He's under a spell of some kind.
Oh, yes.
from
I remember the
Daddy.
last time I was in a relationship. I couldn't help myself from sending assassins after my girlfriend. You know, you just wake up and you have an assassin. That's a sign of a healthy, functioning relationship. You send assassins.
Well, listen. Get this.
A relationship rife with assassinations.
Do you swear to send assassins after me?
Here's the tea. Lucas is actually a sweet little fluff ball of emotions, and he wants
my
to
God.
help us.
You and Lucas?
It's my boyfriend.
Shut up.
He doesn't know it yet, but he will.
That's weird. Let's go.
No more explanations. Just please
Done.
make this one
Done.
stop.
Okay, so I need to ask Pandora how old she is. Sounds like some early 2010s Tumblr.
She's definitely adult, but that doesn't mean anything other than that.
Should we look for the rest of the captain and the first mate?
We're supposed to be waiting for a message. Well, apparently I don't think things went well, but hopefully they're all right considering, well, he said assassins were sent after us, so that means the others are still alive.
The others, as in the captain and them?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you meant the other assassin. Okay.
No, I think there's just one.
Do you think it's the one we fought before?
Which one, darling?
The one, the bag man, the baghead man.
The baghead man.
He's
It
the
is?
assassin. We might be able to handle him.
We just
did
need,
one
yes, we
before.
just need another bag.
A lot of bags.
Yes, well, lucky enough, I swiped a lot of bags in my clothing haul.
Oh, when you took all those clothes from that guy?
We exchanged them, yes.
I was on the fence about it before with stealing, but I'm actually kind of excited to see how you look in all those dresses. I think it's gonna be great.
Hatch! Stop it!
Maybe it's the whiskey talking, but there were some pretty nice looking pieces in there.
I know!
The wrong music for this moment.
I can't wait to show everyone. And maybe we could have a ball.
I think that would be a great idea, but
A
first we
ball
should
on the
probably
day.
get everyone.
Yes,
we
I
should get
know.
everyone.
You hear Grack on the side, like the tiefling who's like a very serious ex-mutineer, just saying, I love a ball. I miss a ball. Yes, I like a good country dance, same as the rest
Of course, who wouldn't?
of the other people. Yes, a ball sounds lovely.
Grack, darling, wait until you see our hole.
So many new clothes.
So many new clothes, so
I-
many new...
You know, if anything happened to that
splendors.
hoard of clothes, I think we might mutiny.
What you guys should know, all you're doing is making that moment
I'm still drunk.
all the sweeter for me.
What we're doing right now is we're loading bullets into our Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. And that gun,
I'm looking
Gotta
at
get
my
the barrel
fireball.
flipped.
That fireball's looking real nicer about now.
At this point, I just want to quickly reference the map. Resources, we got Brecca there. Okay. So you guys are actually making your way through past the Midnight Citadel, through the gardens, making your way up through to the Demacia docks. Brash and Captain Blanche. Captain Blanche, as you are talking, or as you are walking, are you going back? How far
She's
back?
keeping back like 10, 15 feet, not too terribly far, but just hopefully far enough that if someone starts coming up behind us, she'll be able to.
As you are making your way, I need you to give me a perception check.
Please pass it. We already failed one.
I'm just glad this is this character, not my character from my other campaign. I have a negative to perception in that one.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yep, it's not the greatest.
17. He perceives nothing. He's like Jon Snow. 17.
17. It is not that you see anything. Captain Blanche. It's that you smell something. And given how close you were to our bag-bodied assassin, you do remember the scent. And it is they are close. As you're making your way through the gardens, you're passing into basically a garden maze. And you're able to see it's like half the height. So actually you would have to jump up because technically you're still too short to see over it. But it would be on Brash, it would be like at knee height.
Okay.
So you're moving into the garden and you smell them and they are close. Don't see them yet.
I would like to try to. We said we're in the gardens.
Yes.
Is there a row of topiaries that I can get, like a wall of topiaries that I can get lost in?
There are. Yes.
If only I had a pocket watch. Okay.
Are you late for something?
Wait, so who's Alice? Who's who? Because Pandora's claiming Queen of Hearts right here, right now.
References.
Not sponsored.
Yes, there's some low-hanging trees that you're able to see that's sort of lining this barrier. Basically, the way it's set up, you're entering here, and then there's this line of shrubs, these very tall shrubs that go and sort of outline the garden. On the other side of which is another garden that leads into the Midnight Citadel.
Okay. Doing the best I can to make sure that I'm staying around that. Maybe she'll bring it back to about 20 feet, but I want to walk in that line of topiaries just to stay absolutely hidden and try to see if I can suss out where the smell's coming from.
Okay. At this point, you are about halfway to the Demacia docks. Are you guys quickening the pace at all?
Figured we were starting that way, we were just trying to.
Oh, so you're going full tilt right now?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Brash, I would like you to give me. You can either do a straight strength check, or an athletics check.
Okay. Decisions. That's not bad. Okay. That'll be 16 plus 5, 21.
Okay. Dozer got a 14. Plus, hold on one second. Pull up their sheet. So that was a 14 plus. Let's see here. They are. So that is a 23.
Lapidus.
Yeah, they have a +9 for their athletics. The Dozer sees that you're starting to make a very hurry, picking up the pace. You're trying to make it through this garden area very quickly. Thankfully, based off of your high rolls, Draquelle keeps right in pace with you guys, never leaving Dozer's side ever. Just lockstep the entire way. You also notice that Blanche, Draquelle is not bound. They're not bound at all, which is interesting because Dozer has mentioned that they are his prisoner. As you make your way through the topiaries, through different shrubberies, and through this maze, you eventually arrive at the other side. You see, at this point, with the maze behind you, you've made your way into this very smaller orchard area, which just on the other side you see. By orchard, I mean it is a tropical fruit, trees, coconuts, and there are some orange trees as well. You see past those, though, you see the beginnings of the Demacia docks. You see several smithies, some taverns, and just beyond that, over the tops of the buildings, you can see the sails of the ships that are docked there. I need you to give me another athletics check, Brash.
Is there also any sign of... First things first. That's a natural one.
No.
Yeah. But can I see my friends at the docks?
There are buildings in front of you where you can start to see the beginnings of the Demacia docks. They are basically between you and the rest of the docks, so you can't see where they are.
Rats!
Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, that's a natural one. So unless Dozer picks up some major slack.
As you are making your way through the orchard, there is a tree root that you trip over, and you momentarily lose your grasp on the trunk, and it hits the ground. And it, you know what? I'm not going to necessarily do this to you. I will let the dice decide.
Knocked it back though. It's locked. The lid is firmly shut.
They love me though. The dice love me though.
Yes, they do.
Surely
I
they
rolled a
love.
69,
They love me.
It's not a bad number.
Nice.
so it does not break open. The trunk hits the ground and topples onto its side. Dozer loses grasp as well. Brash, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. That was me. I'm sorry. Let's just keep going.
Yes, okay. And he immediately, almost one-handed, grabs the trunk off the ground and like holds it up and allows you to take the other side.
Thank you. And I just whisper that up to the sky for like a second before we continue pace.
Captain Blanche, I need you to give me another perception check.
Please be nice. You're fresh and new, and I'm starting to use you now. Be nice to me. Thank you. 19.
19.
As long as it's not rolling me natural 20s, I don't trust it when it does that, because then I finish with the session with natural 1s.
I was gonna say, you tend to roll the highest of us, though. Like, Blanche has got good rolls normally.
She's
Yeah,
got.
but they also have good modifiers too.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I do.
Yeah, Blanche has been rolling a lot in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, Blanche is just a factory of clutch moments when we're just really honest about it.
As you guys are making your way at this point, even more hurriedly, through the remainder of the orchard, you get to the dirt street beyond the orchard place, and you see off in the distance, you see the beginning rows of buildings, and you see that the sails are much closer. On a 19.
Yep.
On a 19, Blanche, you see behind you, beginning to make their way through the orchard, is the wide-brimmed hat-wearing, pale-faced, grinning, appear to be Shiv. And they see them, and they
Okay.
smile
She smiles back.
as they realize that you have now seen them. And hold on. There's a plus 10 to hit. They are going to they're going to reach, they're going to hold their hand up, and almost as if they're reaching out for you, they just suddenly, their hand just spasms, and suddenly this blast of arcane energy suddenly shoots out, and it doesn't hit you per se, but it hits the ground next to you, and there is an eruption, a massive eruption of just earth. And I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Where's the thing? I have a thing. Where's my thing? Oh, come on. There it is. What did I fucking say?
This is where we die!
I has
The
the lucky
cavalcade.
I has the lucky footwork though, so I can roll a d4 to add to my natural one.
Oh! Yeah. Oh, no!
You fuck. You fucking fuck.
You fuck! You fucking fuck! I'm so glad I saved my 4th level spells.
That's a 10.
I have enough dimension door for all of us.
Oh, that's right!
It'll just take about a minute to get
Fuck
everything.
me! It is not that much. Ugh. Damn it.
Yeah.
Blanche, on a 4.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
I have lucky footwork. I can add a d4 to it. I made 10.
Kudos.
Oh God!
I love that look for you. 5, 10, 11, or no, I'm sorry. 4, so 5, that's 10, 16, 22, 25, 26, 31. You take 31 points of force damage.
I would have been down.
And you are blasted 10 feet into the back of Draquelle. Like you hit her right in the back. She reaches out. She sees you completely like discombobulated. Like you're not blasted apart per se, but you are clearly like might be internal bleeding.
My hair is all afright. My coat's disheveled. Ugh.
She immediately just scoops you up and says, Uzo, we may want to get a move on.
Put me down. Get to the ship. And she jumps down.
She's like got you in a grip right now, Blanche.
Awfully blasé about
Roll
that.
strength.
As soon as I hear that explosion, I'm turning around, recognizing what's happening, and I am dropping my part of the chest, and I am, oh God, Pandora's gonna kill me. And I start running, and I will shove Draquelle towards the docks, and I'll be, go.
That would be very unwise. This is not going to go in your favor.
I know. Get to the ship. I have some semblance of a plan. And like Brash's voice is trembling as he's saying that.
Brash,
Would it have been possible for us to hear that fireball?
give me it wasn't a fireball.
Oh.
Give me a perception check, the two of you.
Come on, -1, come through!
Yeah, come on.
I believe
I
in
got
you.
Eldritch blasted.
Fuck!
7.
8.
You,
Just stupid.
The din of the docks is really all that you can hear in this moment. You're too busy sort of talking amongst yourselves. I will say this, though. As you are standing by the longboat, sort of looking off into the distance, you notice a hair trigger and where it's anchored. And you see, slightly off in the distance beyond that, is a ship with yellow sails.
We see that, or me and Hatch do?
You see that.
Hatch, darling, problem.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, onto the ship.
I
Yes.
think we're looking at a hot exit.
Yes. And didn't the captain say? Wait, we don't have the captain or the first mate. Who's next in
They-
command?
They should be here.
I know, but we have to. They told us to move. They said they'd catch up with us. Where the fuck is the sending message?
Yeah, doesn't any of the crew have a sending we could get to the captain right now?
Lemegli just sort of looks at you, just sort of confused. Yanlin, you sent one earlier, didn't you? And Yanlin is like, yes, I did.
You sent one to the rest of the crew, but can you send one to the captain?
No, I did send one to the captain, the one that
And
you asked
you
me to
didn't-
send.
And you didn't get a response?
No, nothing.
Oh,
We might need you
Okay.
all to
Oh,
Okay.
God.
disembark
okay.
without us.
Okay, let's get. Which sucks because they wouldn't suspect it. That sucks because Pandora wouldn't suspect. She didn't send it. I don't think she would have. No, she wouldn't have known. Okay, you wanted to get on the ship. Do we get on and then maybe swing back around and pick them up later, or do we go into town and go get them?
I think the ship needs to get out of here now, and we will go find captain and first mate, and we'll meet up with the ship somewhere else.
Okay, yes. You all head out into the waters, and try to evade the ship with sails. We should be fine because
Grak is his head is almost spinning at this point. He's just like, what are you talking? Why are we we're waiting. No, we're waiting for the captain. We're waiting for the captain and first mate Briggs.
Okay, darling, we haven't heard from the captain in a while. We sent a message, and there might have been something that went awry. We have a ship. Well, our ship is disguised for so long. We need you all to mobilize to take the ship out onto the water, and then once we go secure the first mate and the captain, we will all join up with you. All right?
I don't feel good about this. He's looking at the rest of the crew like Friedrich is looking at you, Pandora, just fully just like anxious. All of a sudden, Lemegli and Yanlin, they're also looking confused, like looking at each other, fully wondering in this moment, like why their sendings didn't make, or why the sending didn't make it through. At this point, Grak suddenly like steals himself in this moment and says, "Okay, I'm not fit to command in this situation. You all know, I just tried to commit a mutiny. So in this instance, I recommend Hatch. You are the captain now. You make the decision."
Oh, rude.
Fuck. All right. Pandora, do you think you'd be able to get the rest of the captain, the first mate, and our new crew and our new passengers to outskirts of the city? If I can keep the boat close to the...
I can the ones on the land. You mean like I can go get the captain and the first mate? I can control that, you mean?
Get them,
yes.
bring them here. I'm gonna
Yes.
get the ship out of the docks.
I'll go grab them. Yes.
I'll have Yanlin keep on the messages. Maybe one of them.
Keep message on me. Keep them on me. I'm more sensitive to magic anyway. So if something goes, so send it to me. Send the message to me.
I snap my fingers and look at Yanlin.
I'm sorry.
Did you hear that, Yanlin?
Hold on. What is the plan here? You're going to go. You don't even know where the captain, the first mate are.
I actually do. So, all right, you go, and break. Good job, team. Hey, wait.
Pandora's gonna go look for the rest of the crew. We're getting on the boat and we're getting out of the dock for the moment.
Yanlin looks at
We're not
Grak and
leaving.
Like,
We're just
Yanlin looks at Grak and Friedrich and says, "Just made him captain. We're following
going
his
into
orders
holding
now."
formation.
And at this point, Friedrich is like, "Very well. If you don't mind, Captain Hatch. If you don't mind, I would very much like to volunteer to go with Pandora and make sure that everything goes off without a hitch.
Thank you, darling. That's so sweet of you, but I really have it. So, okay, I'm going to go now. So I've got it. Thank you.
We're going to a three-way party split.
Friedrich looks at
to your
you,
battle
Hatch,
station.
to see if what your orders are.
Get everyone that is currently here on the ship. All we're trying to do is make it so that ship out there, and I point to the one a little bit further out, does not get a hold of us. Once the heat dies down, we can circle back
now
around.
that you've pointed out the ship, they all look. Whereas before, you guys were just suddenly afluttered for perceived no reason at all. But now...
Their solo wisdom. I'm reiterating
the crew
once
suddenly
again.
looks out over the ocean, looks past the ship, and sees a larger ship with yellow sails bearing down on, or at least in a heading that would put them on an intercept course with your ship. At this point, the crew, no words, immediately jumps into the longboat. Every single one pulling up the tackle, pulling up the untying the ropes and making sure that everything is stowed away. And Grak and Yanlin and Lemegli all jump on the oars.
All right. We'll take care of things here, Pandora. You get the rest. You get the captain.
Don't miss me too much. And she swivels around, sparkles as she runs off.
Take another swig of that whiskey.
Hatch, I need you to give me this will be I will say, an intelligence check.
I have just gotta have so many minuses to everything you asked me for. 18!
Yay!
On an 18.
Yay.
I hit my head on a wood beam. I'm like, whoa. A rare moment of clarity.
You were not a seafaring person, but you do remember you do remember a time when you were in the many adventures that you had prior to finding your way to Bright Ray. You remember spending some time in a fishing village known as Squall's End along the coast of the Kingdom of Nimrion. And you remember just how steeped in nautical culture and nautical phraseology. And so you were very quickly and adeptly able to recall all of this and remember how to give direction in this moment in as best you can. You may mix up the wording, but you're pointing to all of the right things that you would need in a given situation. And the crew is able to sort of just, he actually means that. And they're able to piece it together and take your orders. And they shove off immediately. The rest of the sailors on the docks, some of the military, the naval officers, they sort of look at you. You see the tiefling from before who took your money for the what ship. Just look at you all quizzically, just what a bizarre bunch of people.
Yes, bizarre. Thank you for your services.
And you guys have shoved off into open water at this point.
Right before I step onto the boat, I look at Pandora. Nora, absolute worst case scenario. Meet us at Selamet. It's a little bit ways up the coast, but it's in the direction we're heading.
Oh, this is before I leave, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. She goes, Selamet. Right up the coast. I know that. Yep, got it. Northing.
It.
Yes, I'm northing. I know!
North. We'll stick along the coast as best we can.
All right. And Hatch, don't miss me too much.
I put my hand on her shoulder and I go, you said that already.
The fact that I know that was genuine. The fact that I know that was genuine.
Hatch has a -2 to anything useful, so he doesn't.
Meanwhile, Brash and Blanche, I need you to give me an initiative roll.
Okay.
I'm currently restrained. How am I rolling initiative?
When you get to roll initiative, you just have to figure out how to get unrestrained.
She goes bunny munch.
No, it takes the exact same amount of force to bite through a human finger as it does a carrot.
Yes. I used to think that all the time when I would snack on carrots as a kid.
Terrifying.
One finger, two.
That's why each of my fingers have 2 carrots. Surgically implanted carrots. Like Wolverine, but with carrots.
And he's like, we're gonna die.
Somebody, please, dear God, let there be an artist out there with a sense of humor. Make us a Wolverine with carrot claws, please.
That's Blanche's axe.
Hilarious.
Yes. What is everyone's initiative roll?
Everyone or just those 2?
I rolled
Hatch
a
and,
10.
Hatch and, or I'm sorry, Brash and Blanche. You got a 10?
Brash rolled a 10, yeah.
7.
7.
They're supposed to be faster.
I rolled another natural 1. You jinxed me.
Yeah.
+6.
Failed rolls are the more fun ones.
If there was ever a night for this to not need to happen, it was tonight.
It's all about the story. Ain't about
It's
the
all
successes.
about the story.
Ain't about the fate. It's all about the story.
Oh boy.
I know, right?
And Shiv rolled a natural 20.
No.
I'm scared.
Be fine.
I don't have a backup character.
I can loan y'all a few.
No.
Can all just play characters from Bright Ray.
Yeah.
I'm the bad kid.
I'm the bad kid. Just no name. Just
No
the
name.
Just bad kid.
It's Toad. It's finally Toad.
the delightful children come down the lane.
I run the bakery and the town.
Backups.
We're all going delusional out of fear.
Hatch has never been more clear-headed.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, no, it's not terrible. Okay.
Agreed.
Oh, and I need this as well. Okay. All right, gang. Brash, you drop crate, or you drop the trunk onto the ground. Dozer, also feeling the weight drop, also drops it. Turns, sees approaching assassin in the distance, having just felt the residual impact of the concussive blast of the explosion. You see this assassin just sort of like tip of the hat. He's standing just sort of like down this alleyway of trees, of fruit trees, just sort of like staring at you all in the distance, sort of like almost waiting for your move. Draquelle is about to say something to Dozer, and all she gets out is, "Dozer, I think it's about time you let him." And suddenly, that's 18 to hit. That's a 28. That beats his defense. You see the hand of the assassin pulse, and suddenly he again reaches out and spasms, and suddenly this arcane eruption just explodes from his fist, and it impacts against Dozer's chest. Dozer is going to roll. That's a 19. He succeeds dexterity saving throw miraculously, given the fact that he is not a fast person, and he only takes half damage. That is 6, 12, 18. Jesus Christ. 18, 25, 27, 29, 37. Jesus Christ. 41 points of force damage. He takes half of that. So he takes 20 points of damage. You see just sort of the blast sort of cascade off of Dozer's chest. Dozer like throws his glaive down on the ground and like braces himself and just holds himself right there and just looks at everybody around him. You were saying, Draquelle? I think it is time that you release him. Release him now. And at this point, Dozer is going to look down at his pouch, and he is going to rub the blue rune on it. And he just looks at Shiv in the distance, and then looks back down on the pouch. And because this creature is going to operate on Dozer's initiative, Felix, good buddy, do you want him? And springing apparating out of the bag is the small otter that immediately just appears on Dozer's shoulder. And you see the blue eyes of the otter just sort of focus on the assassin in the distance. And you've never seen an otter grin before, and it's kind of unsettling because of just how you don't ever expect it to happen. But in this moment, suddenly leaping into midair and then disappearing and then reappearing 20 feet towards the assassin. The otter maintaining itself in midair, and then suddenly a transformation occurs. Suddenly springing to life out of the body of Felix the otter is Felix Chimera.
This is some Power Rangers ass shit!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This Chimera is slightly different. It is in just coloration really only. There is the head of a goat, a head of a lion, and the head of a unicorn, the head of a lion, and the head of a dragon.
The head of a chimera.
But they are all pure white and blue-eyed. They sort of leap forward, and suddenly you see this truly majestic-looking, sparkly creature striding through the orchard towards a very surprised assassin. The assassin takes a step back and looks at all of the people in front of him, and now this large monstrosity coming towards him. His eyes narrow, and he grits his teeth. Blanche, give me a perception check.
9.
Well, it's right in front of your face, so you should be able to see this. Since Draquelle is holding you, you look up at her, and you see, even though she is wearing somebody else's face, you see a flicker of something almost beneath the surface. You see almost a cruel smile just sort of come across her face as she's watching the chimera sort of stride forward towards this assassin. You hear just her soft whisper, "Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I've not seen this before. Oh, this is... It's like I'm a little bit excited."
You're talking right in my ear, excuse you.
Oh, sorry. At this point, Shiv, off in the distance, you see him with it suddenly reach down to his belt, pull 2 black daggers that are very familiar looking from his sheaths, and cuts into the space in front of him and carves out a portal. And he looks at you all, waves his dagger at you, Blanche, and you, Brash, and then just steps back through. Is gone. You are now out of initiative.
Me the hell down. She jumps down. She's very upset.
At this point, she does. Oh, I'm so sorry, Captain. Yes. So sorry about the...
Save your lives for somebody that buys it and shut your mouth. You're paying us to transport you, and that's what I'll do. Outside of that, don't fucking talk to me. And she goes and walks over to Brash.
My goodness, the bunny has a temper.
You ain't seen nothing yet, sugar.
Dozer looks at Draquelle and says, "Shut up." At this point, Dozer emits a high-pitched whine, and Felix turns all 3 of their heads, and suddenly you see smiles on all 3 of the heads, and they just start to lope up to Dozer, and then suddenly they disappear back into otter form, back onto his shoulder, and then down into the bag. And
that was a trick. You really saved our hides, man.
I did nothing. All I did was get hit, and it was all Felix. Felix and I, well, we've been through a lot together. And there's like this brief pause where you suddenly sort of hear the echo of the phrase, "a lot together, a lot together, a lot together."
Flashbacks.
And, what do you all choose to do?
I will, first things first, I will look at Blanche, and I won't even ask, "You good?" or anything like that. I will just point at her and like give a couple toots out of the gauges in my nose, and healing word her at second level.
Okay.
Took a hell of a hit. Are you good?
She's kind of like lazily trying to get her hair straightened back out, because of course that's what she's worried about right now, spitting out a little bit of blood. I'll be absolutely fine, but after you cast the spell and for whatever healing it does, she'll kind of straighten up a little bit and look like she's not favoring one side as much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How about you?
All right. I don't like that guy, and I do not like that he didn't finish what he started. So let's get back to the fucking ship.
I don't like anybody standing in this area except for you. Let's get these people the hell wherever the hell they're wanting to go and get gone.
Let's do this, Dozer. And I'll pick back up my side of the case. And just in case, as we start walking, I'm gonna give a couple more toots, like a and Blanche, you now have inspiration.
Thank you.
You guys are able to make it the rest of the way to the docks.
Do I meet up with them at some point?
Where were you going?
Oh no, Emma.
Oh no, Emma.
No.
Oh no, Emma.
Oh no, Emma.
It's a good thing we all had agreed on a route that we would all take. We know exactly where we would be going.
Sad part is we could have, because we have a very detailed map of the city.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Yeah, she would have headed towards the Nightmore Estate. My boyfriend.
My boyfriend's there. My boyfriend.
Because that's where she assumed they would have gotten caught up. And they wouldn't have seen her. They wouldn't have heard her. And one simply cannot walk by Pandora without hearing her, I must say.
Well, considering that the Nightmare Estate is in the complete opposite direction from where the rest of them were,
I love that. I
yeah,
love that this
it's
is
not
all happening.
it's not
You
likely
did-
that you would have encountered them.
Hold up. She did know that we were leaving from the Silk Sensation, though. Because we did
Did
tell.
she?
She knows. We told them to stay there while we would go pick them up. We went over that.
We did go over that. The
Oh, we
plan
did?
was to go to the Nightmoors, go
Right.
back and get Dozer, and then.
But at no point you
the
sent your
message,
message. You
yeah.
sent the message, but for whatever reason, there was no response back. There was no response back, and in terms of them receiving anything, nothing was ever received.
Yeah. Don't worry, my boyfriend don't know what's going on.
So there's only two places. You know what? You can either tell me which direction you're going, or you can leave it up to the dice.
I'm gonna.
Because
I think
there's only two places that they could be, and that is either at Silk Sensations or at the Nightmare Estate.
I feel like we should leave it at the dice at this point. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I'm trying
Give
to
me
like.
a D100 roll.
Yeah.
50 and above, or 49 and below. No,
One and
yes.
above.
1 to 50. 1 to 50, you go to Silk Sensations, or you try to make your way to Silk Sensations. 51 and above, they go to. You go to the Nightmare Estate.
Okay, come on,
I'll
under
BRB.
50. All right, Seth, you're my backup eyes.
Eye in the sky. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, come on,
You're gonna roll a 2.
come on. Keep it low, baby. Keep it fun.
Man, wow, cutting it.
24.
Okay. As you are making your way towards the Silk Sensations, you are going. So there are two sets of gardens that you can see next to the Midnight Citadel, that front off of the Demacia docks. So you're going to the one or through the one that is more further east. But I will say, since the dice have determined that you're going in that direction, I will allow you to give us another perception roll to see if you hear anything.
Yeah, or like see where the earth was disrupted from, or from that.
I'm just talking about like if you heard like the sounds of the explosions. Or,
Oh, right, because
the
we didn't even
sounds
hear
of-
it. Yeah,
yeah.
we didn't hear it. Okay. All right, come on, -1. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at her. Does a 10 do me
10.
anything?
Oh, okay. That was better than I was expecting. As I will say this, as you make your way through this initial set of gardens, you do hear off in the distance sort of the clatter of many pieces of platinum being jangled in
Money.
in a very large box.
Money!
Roll for greed. As you, so it is up to you. Do you follow the money? Or
Yes!
Do you? Oh, okay.
Always.
All right. As you begin to make your way back west towards the sound of the clattering of coins, you do see off in the distance. You are able to spy through the shrubbery the forms of Brash and Dozer and Draquelle and much perturbed Blanche.
Oh my goodness! She'll, shout out and like hurry up. Oh my god! They're safe! They're safe!
I'm sorry. Who is this?
My clues!
Draquelle just looks at Dozer. Oh,
I was-
she's one of the crew, I believe. Yes.
I was so
She's-
worried. So
She's with
worried.
us. Pandora, we
Yes.
should talk back at the docks.
Pandora, it's
Sure.
at this point that you realize that in no way, shape, or form are any of your outfits present.
We'll talk back at the docks. I got something
Where are
pretty
my
hard.
clothes?
I'm gonna break something pretty rough. I'm not acknowledging that question as she's asking that. I got something pretty bad asking.
Oh,
Hatch looks out into the
Pandora.
city from the from the
Pandora.
deck of the boat. It's happening.
Let me ask you a question, Pandora. Do you like being alive? You find it to be a generally fun experience? The ability to buy these clothes, to be all gussied
Pandora's
up and-
like, do you like being alive?
All hands, you must get as far away from the city as possible.
Brash.
Pandora, I promise you that a good chunk of what is in this chest is going to... Hold on. Let me finish now. All right? We do not have time for this. A good chunk of what is in this chest will be specifically for you to do whatever you want, buy whatever clothes you want. We do not have time, and I could not grab everything. I'll reach in my vest pocket, and I'll pull out the one piece of jewelry that I was able to snag. I almost didn't even do this. I need you to understand this is not an insult. This is so you have something to remember it by. Provided we don't die. Now let's go.
She gingerly takes it, and as she keeps pace with you, she goes, "And whose fault is it that we had to rush?"
A dead asshole.
A dead asshole.
Remember the one that was the candles? Yeah, that one. That's it. I love hearing that laugh in regards to this. That is perfect. Let's run while we laugh. Run while we laugh.
A curse on every asshole.
I'm just... as she's doing this, there's like a hand on her back, just like, there we go. That's it. There we go. Because there's like a certain level that Brash understands this is not laughter. This is like sorrow for her.
The weeping of a tortured mind and soul.
Yeah. And he's just like, there we go. That's it. Let it out.
This is her Azula breaking moment.
Yeah.
It's literally like she's laughing and wiping tears. Yeah, it's literally her Azula breaking moment.
Wow, that is
let
such a very descriptive way of of explaining what's going on right now. Oh my god, you were able to make your way all the way back down to the docks. You do see the longboat off in the distance. You do see Hatch just sort of standing above the crew, just their eyes fixed on the docks off in the distance.
Would we be able to see
Potomac,
the other ship kind of closing in at this point?
Yes, you'd be able to see that.
Does the boat look like it's trying to ram us?
She
No,
didn't recognize us because it's disguised.
it looks like it looks like it's coming into port right now.
Yeah.
But it looks like a very eerily familiar looking ship.
I disguise self.
All right, Captain. How do you want to do this? You want to just try and get the hell out of here as quickly as possible? That's my vote, if I'm going to be honest.
It's Lucas mentioned an assassin, which is probably...
Yeah, we met him.
Yes, the bag one who I'm going to slaughter and drink his blood from his neck and spit it out into his eyes.
Save me a shot glass of that.
Is that one?
I worry about y'all sometimes.
What?
He fucked with my clothes.
I
No one fucks with my clothes.
He hurt each of you, and that's all I care about.
Someday I hope Pandora cares about the rest of us the way she cares about
I'm just gonna, as they're like planning their revenge, and I will just take a few steps closer to the docks and like give a little, and like through my gauges to try and call Hatch a little closer so we could get on this freaking longboat and get the hell out of here.
As we're starting to run up, she'll look at Pandora like, Pandora, I took a pretty heavy hit. Could you carry me for just a half a second, please?
Oh, Captain! My goodness gracious! And she, she's kind of snapped back on, and she full on lifts you, picks you up in there, and goes, "Oh, you poor dear! Our poor captain was injured, and who was that?" And she finally she acknowledges this random lightning. "And who's this tart?"
Blanche for half a second is just like, "I love you."
Takes one to know one.
Oh, that sounds like an admission to me. Pandora, later, come here. And she kind of pulls you in closer again for another one of those like real close chats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust this one. Keep your eyes on her. I'm not sure about the big guy just yet, but in the very least, don't take your eyes off her.
You see, like, she gives you a subtle nod, but you start to, the one corner of her mouth that you can see is like starting to like Cheshire grin. Like,
you woman after my own heart, knew you were right for the job.
puts her down gently. Go, Captain, run!
You all are able to make it all the way to the docks. You get there. You see off in the distance the longboat. Hatch, are you making your way back towards shore, or are you dimension dooring them back and forth?
I can't have to attune to it, so yeah, we'd have to turn around. I assume that I'd be able to hear all that hear Brash's tone from the dock. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a whistle.
All right. Then you see me so from the dock, you'd see me like frantically looking around and like, turn around, they're back there. We have to hurry.
Friedrich looks behind us. He's on the tiller. He's on the tiller, and he looks behind and he sees Captain Blanche and Brash Briggs. And
Oh, she found them. She found the captain. Oh, yay!
Like a tricorn hat, and I'm singing sea shanties. My time on the sea has changed me.
I'm grizzled now.
Unfortunately, it does
patch.
nothing for your HP. Yes, you're very quickly in the space of about 5 minutes. You've basically turned the longboat around. You're able to make it all the way back to the docks. Everybody's able to get back on board the longboat, I'll say. You load the trunk of coins and all of the people into the boat. The boat noticeably. Brash, you need to sit on one side of the boat because Dozer needs to sit on the other side. Of the boat.
Yeah.
Yep. Two very big boys in this boat.
I imagine we're holding hands
It's
just to
cuffing
like
season.
distribute the weight as evenly as possible. It's a very precarious situation.
Did you say it's cuffing season?
I need a big boy. I need a big boy.
This is part of the music video. We're just
Yes.
all on a boat.
Oh my god.
I'm on a boat, and it's every day.
If there is an artist who has a good sense of humor, could you please draw us a picture of a massive Warforged, sort of styled very similar to Full Metal Alchemist, sitting in a very large longboat with, a very handsome Loxodon character, humanoid elephant, with a glowing sunset in the background, just holding hands the entire time. As you pull away from the dock, you do see off in the distance the yellow-sailed ship beginning to move like tack, almost in like a zigzag pattern into the bay as they're sort of like passing other ships, and just it seems like they are, based off of just what you can see, looking and sort of inspecting the other vessels.
I think the odds are they're looking for us.
We didn't even know they had a good look at us when we were escaping them the first time.
They got a decent look before we painted it.
It's gotta be high, right?
Can I? Pandora would naturally disguise self because they know what she looks like.
This other boat?
should tell us in great detail what your new disguise looks like.
It's one of my outfits that was left behind.
Oh, so you didn't even need that one. You could have just.
Oh, you can just assume it's some high-slitted black something around.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It's not even it's not a body shape.
As
Trying to
opposed
disguise.
to as opposed to the lightning elven features, hers is all soft Arashari clouds. It's giving Met Gala. She's clearly trying to outdo.
Okay, so the boat's gotten even more cramped.
Instead of a thigh slit on the right side,
It's on the left.
it's on the left.
And it's this Air Genasi with cloud-like hair. She's like, there, more disguised.
I'm just going to need everyone to give me so that would be Brash, Hatch at this point, and I'll just give me an athletics check for both of you.
Athletics? A thing I have a positive bonus.
I can do it!
11.
God.
I'll get out of the boat and I'll swim the rest of the way.
21.
Okay. With your powers combined, you immediately get on the rows and you're just immediately, or oars rather, and you're just rowing just with all of your might, cutting through the water very quickly. Actually, you're moving through the water. You eventually make it all the way to the ship. Captain Blanche, give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You know what? You've been fucking me all night. You can fuck off over there.
Just throw it across the room.
Always a good
Yep.
idea to throw a dice on the ground.
Cat's chasing it. I don't care.
I was gonna say the cat won't get it or anything.
Oh wait, shit. That's an 11.
Okay. Captain Blanche, as you as you are being lifted up onto the main deck of the Haretrigger, you look out across the water. You've not stopped keeping an eye on the yellow-sailed. I'm going to stop saying yellow-sailed. This is clearly a Charybdis Marauders vessel. Just by the markings, by the flag, by the sails, it is a pirate vessel that is currently making its way into the bay. The interesting thing that you notice, Captain Blanche, is that it is moving through the bay completely unmolested. It is a pirate vessel. It should not be able to do that this close to the city of Brecca.
Fantastic. Okay. So if we start anything with them, we're probably going to bring down a hell of a lot more fire on our heads than we're really ready for, which pretty much leaves us with the option of running. Okay. Everybody's still, we're getting ready to round up and head out, right?
That is up to you.
Well then,
you
as
are
she,
the captain.
well then as she gets on the top deck, crack!
The tiefling immediately says, "Yes, Captain. Yes.
What's the current plan?
The current plan? Well, Hatch?
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm as acting captain. Originally, our plan was to hightail it out of here and sail north along the coast. In case we weren't able to find you, Captain, we'd meet up further north.
ETFO, sounds good to me. Let's carry on.
It might be worthwhile to keep town behind us. I don't think that they're the type to set to open fire, but I can't imagine having the city behind us at our back to absorb some of that cannon fire would look good for them.
That one right there. I don't want to be able to see that anymore. As she points to the Charybdis Marauder ship, I don't like that.
Aye, Captain, that's the goal.
All right, as you were.
Brash will kind of like. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Pandora was going to turn to Brash as this air genasi and go,
Well, now I am Marie, the air genasi, and I must say, why did you not respond to our message?
Who the hell is that?
We were waiting on a message the whole time. We never got one.
and at this point she'll drop the act and she'll go, we sent you one. Yanlin sent you one.
Yanlin sent out messages.
Unless, and
We
then,
were waiting.
and then her eyes narrow. And then snaps magic off. Disguise self is off.
I'm going to have a little girl chat. I'll be right back.
On the longboat?
Fuck, aren't we on the boat?
No, you guys are on the
We're
ship
on the
now.
boat.
You
Okay.
guys
We're on
have
the
made your
ship.
way onto the ship. At this point, the rest of the crew is basically stowing the longboat on the back of the Haretrigger.
Oh, as Hatch was wrapping up telling the plan to Blanche, and she headed off to probably go man the tiller, I would have just given Hatch a little like a pretty all right, that was a good plan.
Just like,
And then as I go to man some ropes and get ready to GTFO, I would just take a second and kiss my hand, tap the deck a couple times, and then start doing my job.
Okay. It's at this point that, as you're not screaming orders, Brash, but as you are making your way and you start doing your job, it's like the beat and tempo that you are doing it at sort of spreads almost through osmosis through the rest of the crew. And every single one of them just jumps to it, jumps to their stations. Give me a performance check.
On it.
Oh, it's a 17.
Okay. On a 17, yeah, everybody just immediately, you enter a different mode. It is a mode where the tempo, the musical tempo that you create, just sort of immediately combines with the seafaring. Dozer is sort of watching all of this happen, and he just immediately comes behind you and starts to haul away at the rope that you're hauling on, making it so that the sail actually like goes up much quicker or drops much quicker. Draquelle, in the meantime, she just sort of goes up to the main deck or the helm, the area where the helm is, and just sort of watches all of this take place. And we will take a quick 5.
We'll take a quick 5.
And we're back. As we were saying before, the crew has gone into full tilt prep mode, getting the ship underway. Blanche, you have moved onto your position at the helm. Standing slightly ahead of you is Draquelle Tenebris. Dozer has moved alongside you and has begun alongside you, Brash, and is basically helping you with your work, increasing the speed at which you are doing your tasks. What is Hatch doing in this moment?
I think Hatch would just be keeping an eye on the Charybdis marauders. Do we have like a telescope that I could maybe look out that way, see if they're what
you know
they're
that Blanche does.
Captain, may I borrow
It's fashioned out of a carrot.
your lens? Of course it is.
I'll toss it over. Yeah, sure. Here.
Oh, it's weirdly soft. I'll take a look at it. What can I see that they are up to?
Okay.
I can't make that jump.
I need you to give me a perception check.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want that? That's a -1.
Okay.
There's like Sharpie on the inner ring, and I put it up to my eye. And it was...
Okay. I'm gonna do something as a joke. You realize that the lens cap is still on the telescope. I'll allow you to.
They've disappeared.
That. It's nothing but blackness.
There's nothing. They must have cast a darkness spell. Damn it! Curse them! And I throw my hat on the ground.
You have to open. It's got the cap on it, darling.
I'll allow you to re-roll that.
I hope I get a -2 this time.
These Charybdis marauders truly are wily.
That's a 1.
Oh, can I
thanks,
take?
Captain.
Can I fucking take it, or someone else? Can someone else take the fucking spyglass?
No.
Damn
At
it.
this point, Hatch, you are as you were looking through the spyglass, off in the direction of the Charybdis marauders. You don't notice anything about them in particular. But it's almost like they have moved past your ship now. They have moved past your ship. They are now moving further into the bay. And it's actually, you suddenly lose focus on the Charybdis marauders entirely, because the thing that actually that you notice is that there are several ships of the line that are currently also getting underway. And some of them have also weighed anchor and are moving out to sea as well.
How many?
There are 5 ships of the line.
And their size compared to ours?
You are what would we consider, we talked about this. You are a schooner?
Schooner sounds right.
Yeah, these are frigates. Yeah, this is you are a schooner. So you're a medium-sized vessel. A frigate is a large-sized vessel. So it's up a size class from you. Actually, several size classes.
Captain, I don't think you need to be particularly observant to notice that 5 other large ships have weighed anchor.
I'm curious about that too, honestly, but we have no real way of learning what that's about, as I highly doubt all of that is for just little old us.
I will keep an eye on them regardless. I hand you back your spyglass.
What is Pandora doing in this moment?
She was going to go talk with Yanlin, she said she sent the message spell.
Yep. Okay. You approach Yanlin, who is currently also hauling away at the ropes, bringing down the sails. They're at the moment you address them, they're sort of tying off a knot right now.
Hello, darling. Are you doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing fine. I'm a bit busy.
Right. I just wanted to make sure everything was ducky. You see, the captain and the first mate, I know we had some trouble with your spell, and I just wanted to see if there's anything I could help with.
I don't think so. I sent the spell just as you asked.
Can I insight check?
Go ahead.
Not that I have the highest fucking insight, but screw it. Ah! Not 20 minus 1!
At 20. Okay.
Minus 1 to 19.
So eat that, Andy.
Eat that!
And I shall.
And I.
As you insight checks are not lie detectors.
Right.
They are very much, you're noticing facial tics, changes in body language, things that would make you assume that somebody might not be 100% truthful. On a nat 20, Yanlin appears to be completely honest with you. They sent their spell. For whatever reason, that message
not
was never
received.
delivered.
All right. Well, keep up the good work, darling. And now she'll turn.
She just sort of looks at you, sort of very confused, like, why are you talking to me like this?
Good, keep them guessing. Could I roll an Arcana roll of some sort to see why, like, how a sending spell could be disrupted? You know what I mean? Like, that's odd. Or be, like, tempered with. You know what I mean?
I'm going to say give me actually a history check.
Oh.
Could be counterspelled.
Yeah, but how would they know who would be counterspelling? Someone would have to, like, be watching them, right, to counterspell it. And if that's the case...
Or meta. Wards exist meta on particular areas. Meta.
Wards exist. Oh, that's true. City wards. 12? Well, that was nature. Haha, no, wait. It's getting worse! Oh, wait, still 12.
On a 12, for your history check. Pandora, your mind immediately goes to, if Yanlin is telling the truth, and if they actually did send the sending spell, then there must have been something about where the captain and the first mate were at the time that the sending spell was sent that prohibited them from actually receiving it.
Okay. And it would have been the Nightmore's estate, but I don't know if Pandora would have pieced that together. Or we're not sure. That's just a hunch.
It's kind of difficult to pinpoint timeline-wise without asking a Brash. Honestly, if you were an excellent timekeeper, if you knew exactly, we sent the spell at 1 o'clock. Where were you at 1 o'clock, Brash?
No, I don't have the what's it called? The mind.
Keen mind, yeah.
Keen mind. Yeah, I don't have that.
I have a broken mind.
I have a broken mind. Ooh.
So yeah, that's sort of on a 12. That's what you're able to glean just for piecing things together.
Well, perhaps something with the magical ley lines. Ancient magic there. Odd.
But if that, and then she goes, what did Lucas get through to me? Odd. Very odd. Oh well. And she'll just go back to curling her hair.
At this point, the ship, the Haretrigger, is fully underway. You are now, Blanche, give me a, give me a dexterity check. This is the equivalent of a piloting check.
That's a 13.
Okay. You're encountering a little bit of a change in the wind, but you're at full sail at this point, so you're able to get back out into open water. At this point, you are out of the bay. You are in open water upon the sea. At this point, you are entering the sea. Hold on. This would be the... I have maps. Where did they go? World lore and resources. Thank you. There we go. This would be the Sea of Hilo. So this is the Sea of Hilo. You are making your way north. How closely are you sticking to the coast?
I want to keep it as a clearly visible line on the horizon, but that's about as close. I don't want to be too terribly close. I don't want to lose sight of the shore.
Okay. All right. With your heading, you at this point, you have established using your instruments and the map that you have of the Sea of Hilo and of the coast of Suristir, you have achieved exactly like where you are headed, and you are making your way along the coast, far enough into open water where you're still like you're on the ocean, like you're not in towards the beach at all, but you are able to still see the coast. This is a homebrew roll, but also because it is the Haretrigger. Blanche, given your captainship, I will allow you to roll stealth check.
I'm actually rather good at that. Give me your most cursed roll. Why? Not 20
Because you
plus
asked.
6.
Okay. Why? What do you mean? Why?
Because I told it to be mean.
I was about to get very excited. On a nat 20. Blanche, you have a special affinity with the boat that you are the captain of. And having spent the amount of time that you have with this particular vessel, you are able to find ways of moving them in the water to make them as inconspicuous as possible. It is very difficult to fully hide a ship in open water, but you're able to cut through the waves, leaving a certain level of speed, but also moving amidst the waves so that you're not like the full ship is not at all times visible. They will see the tops of the sails usually, but they will not usually see the whole portion of the boat. Go ahead.
I actually have a perfect thing for this, and it means burning a second level spell slot, but I don't freaking care. I want to cast Silence and center it on the middle of the ship for a little while. So there's literally no sound of any rushing water as we're going through here.
Go ahead and do that.
I just meant
You burned a second level spell slot.
Yep.
And yeah, Silence is now centered upon this vessel. There's no noise for 10 minutes, but there is no noise that is sort of bleeding out onto the water. So nobody's hearing you for the next 10 minutes. So but everybody in the circle can still hear.
That's a homebrew rule on your part. I have silence as a spell.
Okay, because if you cast it centered on the boat, then nobody's going to hear any orders
for 10 minutes. It's
for 10 minutes.
Fine.
Okay. So we're just silent running for 10 minutes. Like everybody knows their job. Like, okay, all right.
Cloaking tech, activate.
I take a moth and she kind of does like a Peter fairy dust all over the ship for a minute.
Hatch, you're still keeping watch?
Yes, but I would also like to keep an eye on our new passenger. I never was formally introduced to the new person on the ship. I assume that it is our charge, but I can't ask them for another 10 minutes.
It's fair. You give me a. Well, no, they're standing off a little bit of ways from you. So
forget to follow us out, by the way.
Give me a perception check.
Arnie, barnacles, 5.
Given the speed with which you have left the bay and have sailed out into the open ocean, you weren't able to see exactly what the heading was for any of the ships of the line that were making way off the docks. The Charybdis Marauders vessel did seem like it was also making its way out to sea, but you weren't able to see anything else besides that.
Okay.
If you reference the map of Brecca or of Suristir, you'll be able to see that there is sort of like this land mass that is sort of jutting out. So you are basically sailing along that currently.
Along the inner elbow or like the outside?
The outside.
Okay.
As you are looking through your spyglass, Hatch, you do see that you see what you see with the spyglass, but as you are also, you're also keeping aware of the new guests aboard the vessel. Dozer seems to be very uniquely helpful, suited almost to this life, like almost like they've done this before. You do see the white-furred otter periodically sort of peek their nose out from the leather bag that is around Dozer's shoulders. And then you notice the other guest. They don't look like anyone you've ever seen before. There is something about the way they carry themselves, almost like with an air of superiority. Something... I'll allow you to roll a history check. And we'll see. You can choose either history or perception.
Oh, good. Well, I've been doing so well with perception lately. And history's also -2. Let's just do history. A 0. I'm getting very Draquelian vibes, but I brush them off.
You're not even getting Draquelian vibes. You're just getting vibes. You're just like, this person looks kind of like a dick. So you sort of like, I don't need to interact with them. It's whatever.
The sooner we're done, the better.
I will say, after the period of 10 minutes, you guys have made significant headway. You're now at the tip of the sort of the little arm that is extending out from Suristeer, and you have made your way just to the tip as you're making your way back, a little, not backtracking, but making your way up the coast, just on the inside of it.
As that 10 minutes of silence finally drops, she does this loud whistle to the whole crew. All right, let's do a more leisurely pace. No reason to be full sail, full blast the whole damn way. We'll make ourselves look conspicuous. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone sort of, I guess, breathes a little bit of a sigh of relief. As I'll just tell you, because the moment has passed. I rolled I rolled a series of perception checks by the Charybdis Marauders. And I rolled a nat 1, a 5, and then I rolled an 18 on the last one. But it was at that point where you guys were moving out into open water. And so I was like, they may have seen the ship, but they didn't know what their heading was going to be. And then you activated the silence spell, and then you also did really well in terms of your piloting check. So I'm like, yeah, they don't know where you guys are right now.
Thank you, Lord.
Clutch machine.
At this point, you all breathe a sigh of relief. It is a moment where the stress of the moment is suddenly removed, and you are all able to sort of just, whew. That was a lot. What do you all choose to do?
I would like to introduce myself to our charge. Just a friendly hello. I don't know this person, and I can't perceive anything, so she's probably fine.
I'll do you one better, because I already know what Blanche is doing, and it's stupid, but it's going to happen because she doesn't know. Ren does, so Ren thinks it's hilarious, but as we're all settling down, and after she finishes that, everyone acknowledges their orders. All right, Doza, you and me need to have a talk. Draquelle, you stay your ass right there. And she starts to walk down.
Did I hear that?
Yeah. Captain Blanche is not one to whisper her orders. So, yeah.
You never told us.
Cool. I hear the name.
Wait, only Pandora knows the name Draquelle, right? Of the crew?
No, he
only told, I think, Pandora.
No, he told me too. In my dream.
No. I mean, Hatch, you've only told Pandora about the story of Draquelle.
Yeah.
Hence
why Blanche has no problem announcing it.
Right, exactly. So when Blanche says that, Pandora goes, no!
Blanche have no idea.
No
Pandora's the only one in on the loop.
Pandora's gonna have to do something, because if you're looking, my eye slits. My eyes just go narrow.
You see.
And hands on.
It's going to cast Charm Person!
Hands. I'm like halfway out. You're casting it as I'm halfway out.
And she's flings herself in a hug and casts Charm Person.
God.
I am
roll for initiative.
Bloodshot. Come on. 13.
15.
Damn it.
Fuck you.
Damn it. I'm not rolling digital
I'm
dice.
not
digital
kidding.
dice
I will take a picture.
Die.
Doesn't get much more simple than that.
Blessed die.
Just let me cast Charm Person, please.
See this?
kill
see it.
this lady.
What is it?
That's a 1.
Okay, I'm first. I'm first.
Pandora, you are first
I am casting Charm Person on Hatch.
on Hatch.
Yes.
Now, you're aware I will know that you did this.
wait, hold on. Let me see.
Once I come out of it, I will be fully aware that you just did this.
Charm person on Hatch.
Oh, wait, do I?
You?
Stir the pot,
Actually, you know, Pandora would do that because she's so fucking stupid when it comes to wisdom.
Stir the pot.
So you've got to beat a wisdom. 15 is what you have to beat.
Wisdom of 15. Okay, that's not the roll. That was my mouse that did it. Damn it, that was a 19 too. I already claimed that I wasn't going to be the legit one.
Oh, so you succeed.
I rolled an 11.
So that's fails.
11 minus 2, so a 9, yeah.
So you already see, like, it says you see me as like a friendly acquaintance. Oh, so we're already friendly. But I was going to go, okay, hi, honey. So I think we should put the sword down. Yes. Deep breathing. I'm really sorry for the magic, but I panicked, and I'm really bad with interpersonal skills. So let's just put the sword down. Let's just gently lower the sword. There we go. Look at you.
Sorry about what, Pandora?
What happened? Well, honey, let's, so, Hatch.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's good to acknowledge your mortality. Sometimes.
Already been stabbed twice.
I know, but really, the gumption is great, but, I think we should be a lot more stealthy with how we take her down.
Oh, I see. I don't want to cause a ruckus in front of the crew. I get it.
No, we want, and yet again, darling, if this is a fae, they have tricks up their sleeves. In order to fully take one down, you must know them intimately.
Oh, I'll be pretty intimate once I swipe one of Friedrich's butcher knives.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. Yes.
Lure
I
her
get
into a room.
No, she's not going to want to follow you into a room, Hatch.
No, she'll follow you into a room.
No, she won't follow me into a room.
Why not?
Because I called her a tart.
Why?
Just appeared like a bitch, okay? And clearly I was right.
You know what? You are right. She is a bitch.
So what I'm saying is, before we go guns ho, right? Think about the people in that bag. She points to the bag on your hip.
Yes, I am. Gonna save him.
Yeah, right. But there's complicated magics here, Hatch. I'm saying just give it time.
Like a day.
Give me lots of days. You've got to give. Magic is something that we cannot time.
I have been stuck in that bag for 20 years.
I know. And won't it be awful to lose you and your one chance at revenge in this moment, just now?
I cannot imagine a better time. She's stuck on a boat. Where's she gonna go?
Hatch, she is a fae.
And this is a knife.
Hatch!
Faye can die too.
Not by a fucking knife, Hatch!
Once.
Not once.
Maybe 20 or 30 times.
No.
And I know she's probably listening.
Well, on that note,
how long has it been? Has that been however long it's supposed to?
My spell goes for 1 hour.
Oh, an hour.
I rolled a 19 on her perception check to see, did she just watch Pandora cast Charm Person on Hatch?
On some dude as far as she's been?
On some broski?
And did the casting of a spell on a singled out crewmate
Alert her.
to
The
Hatch's
bag.
presence?
Yes. And the bag people. Probably. Well, here we go.
Maybe it won't even matter. Here we go. I want.
Draquelle looks at the two of you and it's like a cat looking at a mouse, thinking about all of the different ways it could play with it before the end.
Yeah, but this mouse is secretly 450 other mice.
Not even that. It's just like
Rat swarm.
she should do something with her face. Get some makeup on it.
Elsie, can you
I
get
could put
in
some
the
blood
clothes,
on it.
please?
No.
Alright, I won't kill her immediately, out of respect for someone that is what I consider my best friend
I
in the
can
entire world.
hear the two of you.
Wait, Wait, did he say that to her?
I'm charmed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is taking place on the deck, right?
Yeah.
Am I able to, like, maybe not even hear, but just notice that this, like, little, like, thing is going on?
Stare down.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, please roll high. Hey, I rolled high.
Yay.
19.
A 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely notice that Pandora just charmed Hatch, and Draquelle just regarded them. And you see Draquelle put one of their hands behind their back and beginning to move her fingers about in a particular pattern.
Miss Ma'am.
Oh, yes, First Mate. How are you? Yes, is there anything you would like me to do? I feel a tad useless right now.
Shh. What was that?
Was what?
And I start walking over, slow but keeping a tempo with my gait. You might not realize this yet, but we're kind of the only reason you got out of that hellhole. So it's probably not a good idea to start playing your little magic tricks on the only vessel that can get you where you need to go. Okay?
Oh, darling. A fantastical beast was the one who got you out of that little bit of trouble in Brecca. I don't need any of you. I'm only here because of that one. She gestures over at Dozer. That one and I have history. And I need him to be safe right now. Just make sure you keep a leash on that one. She points at Hatch.
Do I hear that?
Oh, yeah, you hear all of this.
That one.
But okay, actually, I don't think Pandora can help herself.
Yep, go for it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, but like, if she literally said like that one and pointed at Hatch.
I had something in the chamber too, but yeah, like you.
But if you think your reaction time would be quicker, please go before me.
Oh no, I just wanted to say something. If you have something you want to do.
Oh, she's going to full on cast a spell. It's not going to work, but Pandora's pissed. Like, she's going to sling a spell at her. So
I want to see what happens.
Does someone want to stop her?
Hatch wants to attack also.
Hold up.
If you cast that spell,
can our captain be there? Can our captain?
If
Blanche
casts a spell,
is helming
an
the ship
offensive spell,
currently.
No.
To attack her.
I hollered over to Dozer to tell him to meet me in my cabin for a talk. Before I looked
Oh
at
yeah,
Draquelle.
Dozer has definitely moved to you at this point.
So we would have been walking towards my cabin, but I don't know if from there we would have heard all of that.
Yeah, so you would have come down the stairs and then gone into in through the door. You really only heard a little bit of the conversation between Brash and Draquelle.
Okay. I trust Brash, so I'm not one to interrupt that.
I think she would cast Blight at 4th level.
a thing that does damage to things, yes?
It does.
Yeah.
I regard Pandora as a friendly acquaintance. That doesn't mean I can't attack other targets. And if you're going on the offense, you said you gave me the okay.
So
so
we're operating still in initiative order. So Pandora, you go 1st, I believe.
Yep. And
well, actually, technically, you've already gone. So actually, it is Hatch because you cast.
Oh, if you cast Charm Person, then I wouldn't go because
I haven't done
asked
anything.
me not to do that thing.
Oh, well then it's Pandora's turn, or it's Draquelle's turn.
Draquelle's turn.
I'm assuming I would hop into the initiative after this then.
Yes.
If it were to extend.
Y'all go die.
It's gonna hurt. Draquelle looks at you, Hatch, and just says, I didn't expect to see you here. And she waves her fingers and says, no. And she's going to cast Banishment.
Counterspell! Bitch!
More than welcome to do a counterspell.
I don't think I can break it, but I hate her!
About to say it probably had to be a level 9. No,
Okay, I can't even do it. I can't even do it.
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
I can't even counterspell it because it's not gonna work. Yeah, never mind. I don't. I just watch in agony.
Can I resist that? I don't think
You
can
need to make a charisma save.
Cool. Hey, I have a +0 to that one.
It's not negative. It's not negative.
Possible. You know what? I'm not gonna roll my that. I want to roll my good die. Give me a good die. Nope, not a good die. A 5.
Well, you need to make a 19. So, Draquelle and
You ungodly.
you are suddenly standing in the town of Bright Ray. You've been banished back to the bag from whence you came. The bag falls to the deck of the ship, and Pandora, you are alone, except for all of the other crew members who are just sort of watching this happen, completely like, wait, what just happened? What did you just see? She just told... Oh my goodness, did you just ban... Oh, did you see what he just did? Oh no, what happened to Hatch?
Where the fuck is he?
Oh, don't worry, he's someplace quite safe. He's in the bag.
Let him back out!
Oh, no, not till he's cooled off just a little bit.
Stupid fucking Faye, I can't
I think you have
stand
a
you!
misunderstanding about where the fuck you are right now. You are not a member of this crew. You are not a passenger on this ship. As far as I'm concerned, you are fucking cargo. That means you do not get rights. You do not get votes. In fact, the only thing you're gonna get is a bath in the sea of Hilo if you don't bring him back right now!
I told Doza I was going to be so good. Very well. And she waves her fingers again, and Hatch, you suddenly materialize out of the
I
bag.
have like a fork and a knife in my... God.
And I will see Hatch come back, and like a breath or a second will escape, like of just relief. And then I will turn back to her, and I will get nose to nose with her. And I will go, you ever
It's at this
try
point, since
something
she's
like that
cast
again?
banishment, she has dropped the disguise completely. It's at this point. Hold please.
Dozer might wanna...
Hatch
Doza's
goes
in the middle of
crazy.
having a lovely conversation with Mistress Blanche.
I took the interference so y'all could kill her. You're killing me here. You're killing me.
Care for tea, Mr. Automaton.
With the 19 save, I think we're fucked. I don't think I can beat that. I'm just a little lizard wizard with an armor
Try.
class of 11.
Let's try something.
I have
If
an
I can get to
11.
my turn.
If I can ever get to my fucking turn.
I just love the image of Hatch popping back in like, I'm about to... Aww.
The running gag is we always...
I'm about to tuck into
Exactly.
a good meal.
The running gag is that we keep bringing him in when he doesn't want to.
He sees the same post crooked in the ground, and he's like 1 second away from touching it.
I'm leaving the residence a note, like one scratch mark at a time.
DR.
Hold on.
But yeah, depending on what happens, and unless she does something else crazy, I am nose to nose with her, and I go, you ever try something like that again while you were on this ship, he's gonna kill you. And I point at Hatch, and I'm gonna help him. Don't play with me. And I walk around.
Ooh, first mate. How spicy. I love it. I fucking love it.
And I am going to get Blanche. I'm going to tell her what just went down.
Because you're nose to nose with her, you don't fully grasp the transformation that has taken place until it is finished.
Okay.
Ah! Art.
Art.
Okay, hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
No, I'm good.
Pandora goes, How much would this bother my boyfriend?
I can fix her,
I
I can make her.
Where's his boyfriend coming from?
She can fix him.
He's going to propose.
He's going to propose.
He would have.
Eventually.
He just needs a good rescuing.
He just needs a good rescuing first, then he'll love
We
me.
just straight ran.
Do I have extra attack? I think I do.
He's checking.
Is my gun loaded?
Right.
Pretty sure it is.
Okay. Brash, you get that close, and then suddenly the visage drops, and suddenly you're standing into golden, glowing eyes. The armor is once again in place. You see there's almost a rainbow mirage-like quality to it. And there is a moment where you realize that the visage that you saw pre-disguise was actually not the full visage of this person. And you are actually seeing them in their purest form. And you are standing in front of an Eladrin cleric guardian.
Oh, wait! Do I know they're a fucking cleric?
No.
Good.
You've not
She's
encountered
good.
these.
Good. Good that she knows that they're not a cleric. That's good.
Yeah, you wouldn't have encountered anything. You're I don't want to talk about it.
I'm what?
Spoilers.
I'm
in terms of your
special?
parents. In terms of your parents.
Oh, with their religion stuff? There was
Yeah.
their gods?
Yeah, you wouldn't have known anything about these particular
Like fey gods. Yeah.
She looks down at you. Or not down at you. She looks
Down?
up
I was
at
about to
you.
say.
She looks technically she looks up at you.
Mommy!
She's tall, but
She's
she
taller
looks
than
up
me.
at you and she does not budge for a second. She looks at you, Brash, and she says, "Listen. Whatever your name is. I have lost my home. I have lost my order. I have lost my people. I have lost everything. Now, right now, I am very good-tempered, but I'm feeling like all it would really take is one large person telling me what to do. That might just send me right over the edge. Now, as for that one," she points to Hatch, "he and that bag and I have a little bit of a history. A history when perhaps I was not my best self. I'm slowly beginning to find my way back to a better version of myself, mainly because I feel like I'm the last of my kind. And so, do with that what you will. But if you even think about trying to put a hand on me, you will lose it."
Shinark? Question mark? Brash holds his ground. I think in that moment he realizes there's way more to this person than he originally thought. But even still, the thing eclipsing all of that is she fucked with them. And to Brash, that is something you do not do. And so he will hold the gaze and he will not, well, determining, because she seems just as stubborn as he is, he will not be the first one to break eye contact. No, he would, because I said he walked away. So yeah, he would just hear her say that, kind of give a like a bull out of his nose through the gauges, and he would walk away, strutting angrily towards Blanche's quarters.
Hatch, you see as Brash breaks the gaze and walks away, and after Brash is a few feet away from Draquelle's shoulders just sort of slump. And it's almost like she breathes like a sigh of relief. And she begins to walk towards just the front of the ship. and away from everyone else.
Just offhand, how close to the edge of the ship would you say she is?
Close. You look,
Close enough to
so
say...
you look minorly manic right now.
Bright red
Oh,
face. Face is bright red.
I am fully within my faculties. Close enough, would you say that if one were to
Try and
bull
Baldur's
rush
Gate
and
them?
tackle her off of the edge of the ship?
Give me your best shot.
I will first glance at Pandora. As I very slowly put my sword on the deck.
She nods.
I nod back.
Eyebrow raises.
And then as your eyebrow raises, I am making a mad dash.
Fuck! Atch!
at Draquelle.
Can she lunge after him?
Give me an this. Okay, so this will be a series of things. Give me an athletics check, Pandora. Brash or Hatch, give me an opposed athletics check.
Oh, she's fucked.
I've been pretty 16. You gotta be a 16.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. No, nowhere close. That's a 4. She's a wizard.
Okay. You leap after Hatch, and you get the very tips of your fingers onto his armor, and it just slides right off as you thump onto the deck, Pandora. This sound is enough to alert Draquelle to your presence, Hatch, as you are bull rushing them. They're going to Misty Step 30 feet behind you.
Okay.
Is it just gonna become a running meme that Hatch is just always attacking Draquelle in random scenarios?
I have
mean,
a
our
feeling
version of Tom and
Draquelle
Jerry.
could actually throw down in pitched combat, and Hatch could the entire time be trying to attack them while they're being attacked by all manner of other things.
Yeah.
And she would still be able to evade Hatch.
Yeah. Hatch has never been... I mean, Hatch has been attacked. He has not been put in his place by Draquelle yet. So right now he's like, if I can get her off the boat and just pull her under the current, we'll just die together and we'll win. That did not happen. I think he would probably crash into, the railing. I don't think he would, he's not going to yabba dabba do, fly off the edge of the boat here. But he will turn, claws and teeth bared. I think we have not long rested since the candles, so I still don't have anything left. But that probably would have been my movement.
She is going to cast Suggestion on you.
I am loaded down for bear with brainwashing right now.
I think mine broke though, right? Mine broke.
How? When?
When it went in the bag, wouldn't that have would
Would
that
that
have
have
changed?
done it?
Would it? Because it's a different dimension?
Well, yours only lasts for how long?
An hour.
It doesn't,
Oh.
doesn't mention anything about breaking.
Oh,
when
that's a good
moving to
point.
different.
It's on for an hour. I'm sorry. You're just
I
getting
I regard you as a
Well,
friendly
in
ally.
that case, it does not. She does not do that. Instead, what she does...
He's on the friend drugs.
Now, if you threw yourself in front of Draquelle, I would not attack further.
Yeah, but Pandora doesn't
That would
like
be like-
her.
Yeah, I know, girlfriend.
I don't want her to do that.
Not to
She's
mean
just going to
girls,
cast...
this lady. Do it. Do your worst. Banishment on me again, please.
Send me home! Bring it back! Damn it!
Steak is getting cold.
Comes back to us with a half a mouth of apple pie.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm good.
She does
Turns
something
out that
unexpected.
day was the Harvest Festival.
She's going to do something unexpected to you, Hatch. She is going to cast Globe of Invulnerability upon you.
That sounds like she's putting, like, this safety harness on me. Like, I can't do anything.
An immobile, faintly shimmering barrier springs into existence in a 10-foot radius around you and remains for the duration. Any spell of 5th level or lower cast from outside the barrier can't affect creatures or objects within it, even if the spell is cast using a higher level spell slot. Such a spell can target creatures and objects within the barrier, but the spell has no effect on them. Similarly, the area within the barrier is excluded from the areas affected by such spells. She casts this, and she looks at you with... It is a look of pity. And she says, I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
And Seth's blood boiling, and that's not good. Can sound escape it?
Oh, yeah. These are... You can only... No spells can actually get it.
Hatch is screaming his lungs out. If I lived in a house, I would do it for you, but I don't.
Okay, Hatch, please. And Pandora's getting up, and she's like trying to like cover her ears. Hatch, please. Put enough. Drop this, please. Just drop it. Enough. Both of you, enough.
I regard you as a friendly acquaintance. Hatch is in like kind of a blood fugue right now.
I know.
I'm gonna roll to see if I do that. Hatch doesn't want to be calm. Hatch wants to rage.
He wants to
Power
be
of friendship
angry.
might not be enough for this one, guy.
It's a 2. Hatch eventually reduces his wrath into a sieve.
Now, please just drop this bubble. Enough. All right. Yeah, clearly lines have been drawn. Right? He wants to fucking kill you. All right, for what you did to his town, and honestly, I think he's justified. Clearly, Hatch. She looks at him directly. If you want to do that, it's gonna take some time, right? Draquelle, you're very powerful. We understand. You're way above us. Yes, we know this. So, in the meantime, while Hatch attempts to better himself to take you down, and while we escort you to fuck knows where you need to go, let's just get along.
Hatch punches the edge of the bubble real hard and then sits down.
Okay, and stop it. Put this down. Stop it. And you can see she's already taking out her wand and like trying to like, scrape off essence of magic and be like, I know she can't dissuade it, but she wants it done.
She waves her hand, and the spell dissipates, just sort of like a crumples onto Hatch.
Thank you. Now then, can you agree to be rivals and enemies now?
I don't know. Can he?
I storm into my room.
Okay.
Wordlessly.
Oh, Hatch. She'll follow after.
Okay. We will move into the captain's quarters, where Captain Blanche and Dozer and now Brash are having a conversation. You all are standing around a chart, a map, and you are using your instruments, Blanche, to mark the positioning of ship on the chart.
And while she's got her hands busy with that, now Doza, I'm not typically one to, like I told you at the start of this whole business, to look too carefully at a piece of cargo, or a passenger for that matter. But when a passenger has a maniacal smile on her face at someone who has tried to kill my crew not once but twice now, and myself included, I get a little bit more curious. You claim she is your prisoner, and yet she remains completely unbound. I don't need the whole truth of it. You don't owe me that. You've paid to be here. But I need a little bit more than what you've given me.
I understand. Have you ever been away from this planet?
Say what?
Have you ever left Odromia?
Honey, what are you smoking and why aren't you sharing?
I'm sure if I was made of the same stuff as you, I would find that mildly amusing. But
No, I've never. Look at me. It is a dream for me to sit on top of a skyscraper. What makes you think I imagine leaving this planet?
well, as I've stated before, I'm not from here. Neither is Draquelle. She's a creature of the Feywild. She is
Really?
she's an Eladrin, and she is a former cleric guardian. She was a member of the Order of. Do I have the name? Where is it?
Said it not that long ago.
She is a member of the Order of the Twilight Sun. Their order is based within the Feywild, but their members, the guardians of that order, they are responsible for guarding the portals to other worlds. As a former member of that order, Draquelle has certain knowledge, but she made many mistakes. And sadly, her mistakes have led to her home's destruction.
I'm so close to getting it back. All right.
We'll fix it in post.
Is she going to be a problem moving forward? That pause is quite concerning.
No, she will not be a problem. Only
That
because she
point-
has nowhere else to go.
I was gonna say at that point, Brash would probably come in
Yeah.
and be like, "Dozer, get your girl, man." And he's
What
like,
did I
shaking.
just say? Brash, what did she do? What did she do?
Lady waved her hands, sent Hatch back in his bag. I got her to bring him out of it. She's antagonizing everybody up there. Pandora can't stand her. Hatch is about ready to kill her. I'm gonna be real with you, Captain. I don't know if I'd be able to hold back. But I don't think she's
I understand, Brash, but she is a paying customer nonetheless.
she's not a paying
Listen,
customer.
all
He's a
Maybe
paying
not.
customer.
But she's his cargo, as far as I'm concerned, and that means
Um,
she's covered under the same branch.
Listen, it's important that, and I feel like this goes without saying, it's important that we make our port of call. It is important that we make our way to the Crystal Expanse and find the elves, as they will be able to use whatever information Draquelle has. Drakelle's former employer was Lord Nightmore. And Draquelle has spent the last several hundred years collecting items and artifacts of great power, and procuring them through a variety of dealers, vendors, sometimes outright stealing them. I don't know anything about this bag person that you have on your ship, but it would not surprise me if an entire town ran afoul of Draquelle Tenebris and somehow disappeared inside of a bag. I've seen her do much worse.
Oh, this is what I get for not betting passengers. All right, fine. You keep a leash on her, and I'll keep a leash on everything else, and we can all stay nice and friendly, and then we can try to kill each other when we land if need
No, we
be.
won't. No, we won't. I'm not being friendly to her. I won't start shit, but I ain't giving her smiles. I ain't giving her courtesies. She disrespected this crew, Captain. That's something I can't stand.
Brash, I understand where you're coming from, sweetheart, but imagine where I'm coming from. This is the same crew that not a week ago tried to mutiny against me. Forgive me if I'm not touched. They are a paying customer. I understand your outrage. I understand your anger. But I don't think it behooves any of us to set fire to this boat trying to kill each other while we're in the middle of the bloody ocean. Do you see what I'm saying now?
You'll see his jaw kind of grind. And he'll kind of just look up at the ceiling and be like,
Needs must. I agree, but needs must.
do it again, Dozer. Please.
I will endeavor to do so. Although I have been very unlucky in trying to keep Draquelle from doing really anything. Honestly, the only reason that I think that she is still with me is, well, she made a promise to someone. And That person is no longer with us. And
Would this be the veneer that she wouldn't approve of?
yes, the visage that she took was that of another cleric guardian known as Jael Lachey, and they had a very fraught relationship. But towards the end, before Jael disappeared, they were beginning to come to sort of understanding. It was Draquelle who saved Felix's life. I feel like I'm not very good at telling stories, but we were all there. We watched it all happen, and we couldn't really do anything to stop it. We watched the Feywild fall. It was completely overwhelmed and burned to ash.
You were there for that?
Yes.
You were there for that?
Myself and several others.
I would very much like to discuss that one evening over a cup of tea. Not right now, obviously. There's bigger issues brewing out the door.
There's a moment where Dozer, his eyes sort of twitch, and his eye that normally is blue goes to a slight pink color, almost as if he's thinking about whether or not it's a good time for him to say how you were talking about tea and now things are brewing, and making a connection about some sort of a joke / pun. And he thinks better of it. It doesn't say anything.
The pun was unintentional, but I see what you mean.
Humor.exe.
He is blue screening right now. At this point, you see like little Felix just pop his head out from the bag. His blue eyes are just sort of focused on you, Captain Blanche.
Ears go straight.
He disappears from the bag and apparates on top of your head, since he can't really very well sit on your shoulders because they are so small. Dozer looks at Felix and looks at Felix sitting on top of your head, and it seems that they have taken a liking to you.
What race?
I know that whatever steps next that I have to take will be very dangerous ones. And so I can't in good conscience provide at this time a good home for Felix. So maybe you would be able to take him on board.
Her eyes get like really big, and there's those little anime stars in the corner. She goes, "I would be honored." Oh! Just the adorable overload. Blanche.exe has broken.
I mean, he would be loaned out in a way. I wouldn't consider it a permanent thing, since he and I are very much... We're a package deal, but I just don't think that where I'm going it's particularly safe, given that if what we know to be true, Lord Nightmore, I cannot say for certain. All I know is that what Draquelle has told me is that it is
Oh, you mean the devil?
possible that Lord Nightmore is Rajit.
Say that again.
Grajit.
This is, I'm guessing, some sort of demon lord.
A name I know.
It's
Or
not a
me.
name you know. Unless, well, give me a history check.
That's sick, huh?
Come in clutch, Daddy. Daddy didn't come in clutch.
All
13.
the daddy jokes getting made, and I didn't do one of them. Interesting. 14.
Hey, your knowledge is not extensive, Blanche. Nor would it be, considering the dark subject matter that is involved here.
Yep.
But one thing you do remember from your schooling days is that there are such things as demons, and there are definitely lords of the abyss and lords of the hells. And Rajit is definitely a lord of the abyss.
Well, I can just about guarantee that he likely is, unless normal people walk around every day with 6 fingers on either hand and 6 horns on their heads.
So you've encountered him.
Your friend is not the only one of the Feywild. I may not have been born there, but my bloodline comes from there.
So you've encountered him. You've seen him.
We've spoke to him. Start like wiping the ick off.
What's this horn stuff? Have you run that by me?
You didn't see. Oh, we haven't had time to talk. It's been nothing but go, 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 go since the estate. Just before we were leaving, you didn't notice it? He went to walk through that doorway, and just before he passed
wasn't
through the
with you.
shadows.
Oh no, he was with you.
He was with me.
I was with him, but I didn't notice it.
No,
Yeah.
you smelled it. You smelled sulfur.
I smelled sulfur and brimstone, but she's the one who saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just as he was walking through the door. It wasn't for maybe more than a half a second, but I swear I could have seen an entire visage of a much larger creature with hooves for feet and horns and 6 fingers. That's too many. I understand that polydactyl's a thing, but
You're saying that thing is Lord Nightmare?
I think whatever that thing is likely taken over Lord Nightmare, as I don't perceive a demon having just managed a city by himself. There's only so much that any one entity can do. Now, take over a lord of a very wealthy individual in a city? Absolutely. But manage all that by himself? No.
I'm glad we are out of town.
You have a very astute captain, First Mate Brash.
I know it.
You don't get as far as I've gotten alive while being this short, without being a little smart.
Okay, so Lord Nightmare is Rajit?
Possibly.
Possibly. We're theorizing it's
Until we get some confirmation, we're not acting like it's fact. And we're not spreading this around the crew either. I don't want hysteria to spread.
fair enough. How do we keep finding ourselves in these situations?
I was about to ask that question.
Aren't you supposed to be lucky?
I've got 2 feet, thank you very much.
We'll use
No,
those.
that is actually a very good question. Why was that assassin pursuing you? They were not tracking us.
No, I wager that one was after me.
Yeah, we fucked him up.
He's supposed to be much worse.
I'm
But
actually
why
surprised about
were you
that
ever
myself.
in a position to be in their path?
We happened to be double booked by, he was employed by Lord Nightmare, and the son Nightmare, Lucas, is who employed us. And when we got there, he was already there making trouble. I didn't believe a word he said, and he was being an asshole. Then he stabbed Hatch, so I put his head into a bag of holding, and I stabbed the bag.
Oh, the old stab the bag of holding trick. Very clever.
Honestly, I was just trying to stab him through the eye, but it blew his head up. It was the strangest thing. And he's still walking around. Nothing ever works the way it's supposed to. Nothing ever works the way it's supposed to.
We thought we got rid of him, and then the next day, lo and behold, I see him tailing us after we leave the Nightmare state, and that's when we ran.
He still smells the
Found
same.
And we had to boogie.
What were you commissioned by the Nightmares for?
Just find some old crap.
Lucas was just wanting us to go and raid a dig site, pretty much. Bring back whatever we could that might
A
be
dig
valuable.
site?
Candles.
Yeah.
You were in the candles.
One of them.
We're a little generous. We were in the hallway.
If it's possible to read a robot's facial expressions.
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Shan't be me with my -1.
Ha! Daddy didn't come in clutch again. That's an 11.
It is very difficult to tell what Dozer is thinking in a given moment. All you have is semi-approximations to what other humanoids tend to speak or sound like when they speak. It definitely sounds, based off of speech pattern, that the speech pattern has changed based off of the current topic of conversation. The moment the candles were mentioned, the moment that the wizard towers were mentioned, suddenly Dozer became hyper-focused.
Yeah, he just kind of hired us to go in there, find what we could find, bring it back to him. He paid us a good amount of a coin for that. And
We only took half of the payment we were supposed to take. You realize that, right?
it's more than we've had.
I agree, but he was supposed to pay us the second half upon delivery, and we were too worried trying to get out of there alive.
I'd say that's a good enough payment installment.
As interesting as this talk of coin is, what, if anything, did you find when you were down there?
Some scrolls, some tomes.
Books, coins.
Lots of coins. Fingers. So many fingers.
Yeah,
Fingers.
That was he liked to collect fingers for some reason. He was a freak.
Well, I will consult with Draquelle about this. She may wish to hear a little bit more about your encounter in the candles. In the meantime, I am certain that we are making headway towards Crystal Expanse. I'm sure that once we actually make landfall there, that we will be able to teleport to El Hethir.
Oh, we'll be the fast and the furriest, I promised.
All right, we're back. We're back, and I start heading towards the door.
In the meantime, what are Pandora and Hatch doing?
He went storming down to his room and she followed.
Okay.
I think when Hatch gets into his room, I think he takes his old sword and he is just cleaning it, brushing some of the dried blood off of it from before, and he's just kind of, this is something sort of cathartic that he does when he's stressed out. Has it been an hour yet, by the way? Are we still...
Can I drop the spell? Can I drop it?
Sure.
I'll drop it.
It's a concentration spell, isn't it?
No.
Charm person? Oh, it's just like you drop it and then they're just charmed?
It doesn't
no, it has not been an hour.
Damn it. Can I counterspell it?
Burning spell slots left and right. I mean... Sure. I mean
we could... Still you just talk. I'm not like...
I know, but she doesn't want him to be... yeah, okay, so he'll hear like a knock on his door.
Who is it?
Funny you should ask. It's Pandora, necromancer extraordinaire.
Come on in.
Oh, are you sure I could wait out here? I really don't have to go inside.
No, come on in. You're the only person I'd be willing to talk to right now.
Well, that's because of the spell, darling, and I'm sorry about that.
The what?
The spell I put on you.
The what spell?
He's quiet for a moment.
I'm sorry, I panicked and I got scared, so I cast Charm Person on you.
Oh. You can't talk about it with a door in the way.
Are you sure? I'm scared of eye contact in intense emotional situations.
Come on in or don't.
Fuck. She will open the door and shut it closely behind her. And this is a very, demure Pandora. You know, there's no sparkles, there's no glitter. Kind of like a dog with its tail in between its legs.
When you walk in, his back is to the door, and you can see it's kind of looking out the porthole, if there is one, to our door, or to our room, as he's cleaning the old blood off of his sword.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do for you, Pandora?
Normally, in these situations, you're supposed to administer an apology of sorts. I, of course, am without fault and flaw, so I would never have to do something like that. But, if perchance someone else was in my scenario, that someone else might apologize, say they're sorry. Yet again, I wouldn't know, as I am perfection incarnate.
Oh, well, you did what you had to do. And I turn to you and I smile, but it's like that kind of smile where my eyes are still open and like sort of I'm not looking at you kind of a thing. I'm looking past you, but I'm also smiling. You did what you had to do. I go back to cleaning my sword.
I've already lost one person. I wanted to keep you around for a little longer.
I know, but if we managed to defeat Draquelle, we'd all come back. That's part of the deal. I wouldn't stay dead.
But Hatch, she's beyond us right now.
I've learned that. But I don't think I can become more powerful to stop her. So that leads me to trying to get you all to be more powerful. And as much as I hate to throw others into the line of fire, I do not have much else choice but to try to make friends.
Well, I mean, I have nothing better to do with my time, so yeah, I could, help.
What is Pandora actually thinking right now?
Oh!
In sort of the broken way that they usually are thinking.
My boyfriend.
My boyfriend! She has a hard time understanding companionship because she's only had it with one person, and it was her grandfather. So when she experiences that kind of connection with someone else, her mind tries to quantify it as a use, right? Like, this person is not a person, they're a use to me. Like, how do I use them, right? How is their resource? They're not a person. But through just interactions with the crewmates, especially Hatch, because that's the one who they're often paired off when the first mate and captain are talking. There's definitely been she genuinely feels remorse. Even when she apologized to Brash, which was genuine, there was still a bit of distance from him. This is the first time that she's genuinely feels for Hatch and feels.
I think then that Pandora would also be aware of that this sort of relatively friendly back and forth is very magically induced.
Right.
And you might not know how Hatch will actually react once the spell is over.
Right. 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 Yes, well, you can stab me when it wears off, if that would make you feel better.
Pandora, that would not make me feel better in the slightest. We're friends.
No, I think it would. I really think it would. I think it would. And you can go for it. So do that. That makes...
It will not happen.
It will make you feel better. So there you go. You get your swing. In terms of getting stronger, yes, we will get stronger. And we will free the people. Why were you cursed in the first place?
They chose it. They wanted it. The people. I didn't, but I was outvoted.
The people wanted to be trapped in a bag.
Draquelle promised us prosperity. 1,000 years of prosperity. If we would manage to defeat her. I knew that would not likely happen. Most of the people that live in that town are not fit for combat, as it were. But they thought they could do it. Everyone has their own reasons.
Oh dear. Alright, so you made a wager to defeat her to bring about years of prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a willing agreement with the people of the town that you are voted by.
Willing is a funny term. It was almost civil war in the town. Just the people that did and did not want it. Ultimately, cooler heads prevailed and we went through with it. There are a lot of people in that town who want things. I will not speak for them, but they have good reason for wanting to go through with this deal, foolish as it may have been. I was not the one to tell them no.
Can the deal be called off?
I don't know. I'm not the one who was present for any of it. I was actually almost about to leave when the deal was signed, so to speak.
If I get the deal called off or broken, would that make you happy?
Hatch thinks about it. Hatch for a long time only had to think about himself, survival and things like that. But having been on the boat, he's starting to think about, about what it means to be with a group of people for a long enough period of time. And he goes, I don't know. If we went back, a lot of their goals would still remain unfulfilled. And I think a lot of them would rather die in pursuit of glory than to go back to what they were.
Well, that's what they want. What do you want?
I'd like to take you all to my little fishing village one of these days.
Okay. All right. I'll think on it.
You do that. I go back to cleaning my sword. It's good talking to you.
You say that now. Well, I'm sure I'll hear you coming when the spell wears off. Good night, Hatch.
Good night, Pandora.
And she'll leave.
Pandora, you begin to head up towards the main deck. And as you are just hitting the top step, see Brash
slaps me. Oh.
You see Brash exit the captain's cabin in just a little bit of a huff.
Much less than I left.
Yes.
Yes.
She goes, looking a bit better, first mate.
How is he?
It's hard to tell with the magical induction I have on him. So I'm giving him some alone time.
Yeah.
Probably a smart idea.
That's one thing I am.
A smart idea.
I'm good on paper.
That's what she's literally saying. She's like, in concept, I'm
You're not
great.
in love with me. You're just in
You're
love,
in love
with
with the idea of me.
I'm a great test taker.
I'm a great test taker, but in real life. Well, I am here to serve the crew. So you let me know what needs to be done and, by the way, how did things go with the Nightmares? Lucas tapping into my head and gave me warnings on
That is a
Assassin.
story I will tell you as we head over here. And I start walking.
Over here.
Yeah. You can tell.
I don't
been a
like to
day.
tell stories at this particular location.
But on that side of the
I
boat.
like telling stories as I walk and as I talk. It helps the men.
Walk and
But,
talk. Here we go.
Yeah, there's Pandora. Just like looking at him, you can tell
He's done.
it wasn't just the Draquelle. This whole trip has seemingly hit him at once, and now that he is in a place where he can be somewhat, now that he's in somewhat familiar territory, the wear and tear is just visible on him, and he's like slowly having to build himself back up. But he starts walking, and he's just like, follow me. And as
No, go for it.
I was just saying, as you both walk, he fills you in on, to make it summarized, the whole shebang, and then the details that Blanche just informed him about a moment ago. Not of the name, but of an idea that Lord Nightmare might be more powerful than we bet, and so it's good that we got out of there.
The sun is trapped under a spell as well. He was able to break it, surprisingly, in speaking to me.
You talking to your little boyfriend?
My fiancé.
Father of my children.
He turns around and he clasps her shoulders, and it's like desperate. He was like, I was kidding.
she
Pandora, I was kidding.
you see her tusks are spread out wide in a grin, and she goes,
just.
I was trying to make you laugh because you look like shit.
This is a very Hank and Luann moment.
All right. Well, if you're trying to make me feel better, maybe this will help you. And I will go to where the chest is. I don't even know where we put it. It's somewhere on the deck.
That's fucking somewhere.
That's where you dropped it the last time. So yeah, it's on the deck somewhere.
And I will open it, take out like a small little burlap sack, scoop like a small handful of coins and put it in there, like barely a dent in this lump. And I'll close it and I'll lock it and I'll like stand back up, hand.
Oh, payment. And she takes it, looks at it, and goes, and now a gift. There you go. And hands it back to him.
No.
Take it.
That is for your new wardrobe. Whenever you are able to buy one.
Take it.
And fucking take the money.
Can you please take it, because you look like fucking shit and it's making me uncomfortable? Can you just please go take care of yourself for once instead of taking care of me? No one ever takes care of you, so can you let me at least try? Go to bed.
He won't argue. He'll just take the coins back and be like, I don't want to hear it. Next time you want to buy,
just
not go, even buy it. Next time you want to steal clothes,
just go to bed.
Whatever. Good night. And thank you.
But what? You should be terrified of me.
And as he dumps the coins back in the chest and closes it, locks it, walks past her to go to his cabin, he'll stop and just give her a genuine look. And he'll say, "You're giving a shit."
Turns away, chin up, storms off.
And he will chuckle under his breath, that one. And then he'll go to sleep.
So Hatch, you are, I'm assuming after you're finished cleaning your sword, you are going to sleep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Brash, you go to your quarters and you go to sleep. Blanche, you designate the Night's Watch. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You're talking.
After starting with Grax. Grax will be the first. Yeah, he'll be the first.
After she gets the Night's Watch established, she looks at everyone. All right, now I'm gonna be a little bit busy in my room. I expect you all to leave me alone. And she runs in the room, slams the door, immediately runs over and grabs like a little toy music box that she had, winds it up, and you can edit this out. Pop Goes the Weasel starts playing, and her and Felix start having a little race in her room.
Dozer has exited the captain's cabin, and he sits down in front of the door to the captain's cabin and enters his sentry mode. Pandora, where do you go?
She goes up to the deck because she's not sleeping the night.
Where on the deck?
Is there anyone in the crow's nest?
Grack.
Anywhere there's like open space so that she's not disturbing anyone.
Pandora, you could go to the most rear portion of the aft portion of the ship, as at the very front of the ship is where Draquelle is.
Fuck it, she goes to the front.
I have one question before we proceed any further. Who has the orb?
Brash.
Brash has the orb.
Because they decided that it would be best that he have it.
No, it's in the chest.
No, Hatch has it.
Oh no, that's right.
I chose not to put it in the chest.
So you have it on your person, right?
I have it on my person.
He has it on his person.
I have it on my person. That and something else. I got something else that someone gave me.
Sword.
Okay.
I have the sword, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, but that's good though, but the characters know that Hatch has it.
Yes.
Carrying the MacGuffin.
I'd like to also just, point of order, attune to that sword finally before I go to sleep.
Please, please,
Yeah.
please fucking do it.
Nightcrawler.
So, all of you have found moments of rest. Pandora, you approach the front of the ship, and you see Draquelle just sitting, just sort of looking out onto the ocean. Yes?
She's not looking at her, she's also looking out onto the ocean. How close are Fae to the gods?
Not. I mean, we're powerful. I mean, they are powerful. But we are not gods. They are not gods. Honestly, I don't know why I'm fucking talking about them anymore. They're not even alive. They're all gone.
You think all the gods are dead?
No, not the gods.
The Fae?
I was not even able to be there. All I was able to do was hear about it from other people, about the destruction of the Fae Wild. My home.
Oh. Shame. I was there for the destruction of mine. You miss a lot.
Your home was destroyed?
It's interesting. She doesn't answer the question. I wonder if the gods see us as insects.
You know how as a child, so you might pour water on an anthill
To see them all scurry. Is that how they view us?
Little ants tumbling over each other, drowning.
In their greatness.
Suppose it depends on which god you're asking. The one I worked for certainly did.
Which one was that? Asmodeus?
No.
Oh.
No, I worked for his bastard.
His son.
Yes.
Cute.
Is it though?
Sons are more easily manipulated than the fathers.
You're so right about that.
Indeed.
This one wasn't, though. And that's kind of why I'm in the predicament that I'm in right now. I can't manipulate my way out of this one. Not anymore.
I know how that feels.
Your home. You said your home was destroyed. Where do you hail from?
Doesn't matter. It's gone.
I shared mine.
Ashkelin.
You see her face change completely.
Did you have a hand in it?
You know my friend, Dozer. Well, I don't know if he's really my friend.
Right.
We're partners.
Uh-huh.
He always tells me that the best way to foster positive relationships with people is if you recognize that you've done something wrong, that you tell them that you are sorry. Pandora, was it?
Sorry. Yes.
I did not destroy your city. I did everything but. I'm the reason that your city was destroyed. I am the reason that Ashkelin fell. She says that, and then in a tone where she doesn't even believe her own voice, she looks at you and says, "After that, I'm sorry."
She's sitting, right?
You know, in this moment, I think I may have, one doesn't normally ask for forgiveness after destroying an entire city worth of people.
She's sitting, right?
She is sitting, yes.
Pandora's been standing over her, and she's going to put her hands on her knees and kneel so that she's eye level with her. What did you do? What did you do?
I collected pieces of power, weapons, artifacts. And it was through the extracting of their power and the arcane forces within them, and through the implementation of certain spells, that the temples in the Starry Nest district were removed from this plane. That's my role in this. That is... There were other things, other forces at work.
Yes.
The thing that ultimately destroyed Ashkelon does not have anything to do with me, but actually has to do with my, at the time, my patron.
Can you care to elaborate? This patron?
The bastard, yes.
The bastard. Does this bastard have a name?
Grajit.
Rajit. All right.
I don't know how it happened, but ultimately the destruction of Ashkelon fell because it fell on his shoulders, and I know I didn't call them there, but Mephistopheles.
The ones in the sky?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have any idea how many innocents fell that day? How many children? Do you even comprehend what a child is? A family?
Would it matter to you if I said that I did?
Oh, yes. Yes.
What would be the outcome of this conversation?
I'm pleased to know that creatures such as you can feel pain.
Pandora, right now, I'm trying very hard to honor a promise. I really don't want to have to break it for you.
You can kill me, it's all right. I'll always find a way to come back. But I do not seek vengeance on you. I give that to Hatch. That is my gift to him. But I thank you for sharing your story. And if I can offer you any condolences, I am sorry that you lost your home.
Pandora, I need you to give me a perception check.
She's gonna kill me, and that's okay. That's okay, because then Hatch will avenge me. 12.
Well,
Well, maybe not.
Pandora, you don't see anything, but you hear the sound of padded footsteps approaching in a rush. 4 to 5 sets of padded footsteps. You're standing in front of Draquelle, and Draquelle turns and she shoves you back against the barrier of the ship. Just as 3 arrows just suddenly puncture the wood, and you see 5 shadowy figures approaching. And on the sides of the ship, suddenly another figure, and another, and another, and another. All of these figures starting to come up over the sides of the ship, obscured in the darkness. And that is where we will leave it for tonight.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Who ordered the delivered pizza?
Yeah. Let's put the wizard on the front lines.
We're all,
That's gonna go well.
all in such emotional distress.
This is gonna be great.
This is a
Think for
big
yourself.
one.
I'm playing Pop Goes the Weasel.
Yep, Captain's playing Pop Goes the
Blanche having the
Weasel.
best time right
The
now.
other 2 are
Oh.
sleeping. And we've got a depressed Fae and wizard ready to be fucking
also have-
wrecked.
Where the fuck was Grack?
Yeah.
Mr. Crow's Nest.
Where
Oh
the
dear, where was Drac?
Where was he indeed?
Where was Grack indeed?
Don't give him the mysterious.
That belongs to Tyler!
Oh yeah, Tyler the Aarakocra. Where has he been?
Where have you been, Tyler?
Where's our trust fund, baby?
Give us a spin-off with Tyler or we riot.
Flag means Tyler.
I can already see you thinking.
Flag means Tyler!
Who said that?
Says whatever.
It's Seth. He said our flag means Tyler. That's our spin-off campaign.
So yeah.
Brilliantly done, Andy.
The crew.
Oh my
hold on.
goodness.
The crew of the Haretrigger will have to contend with a surprise next session.
What is it, my boyfriend?
Your fiance?
My fiance?
I thought you said, "Is it Beyonce?"
Also valid.
Also valid.
Also my boyfriend.
Also my boyfriend.
Thank you all for watching. Please consider tuning in next time to see what happens in the dark on the ocean, where somehow the wizard is on the front line of this potential combat that might take place.
The necromancer with no dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yet.
What's the worst that could happen? Anyway, we love you. We hope that you have a great rest of your week. And I hope you roll nothing but nat 20s.
We're all gonna
Bye,
die.
Maybe.
Panic.
Panic!